Hello? Looks better a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Hello! Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, everybody, depending on what time it is for you where you are. That disconnect was like almost perfectly timed to the end of the countdown. I've never seen such a thing. Oh, is Twitch being laggy and weird for others? Yeah, that maybe, because it looks all right on my end. It's like it lost the Twitch connection. That's weird. Anyway, hello, welcome back. Happy Sunday. I'd say Smelly Shellfish missed you, but I think Smelly Shellfish is mostly just worried about whether or not his chicken's gonna fall on his head. Oh, I'm level 60, and I want to do my darndest today to see if I can get to 70 without having to do anything that I don't particularly enjoy. He looks great. I was keeping his Mog more up to date for a while. I was wearing the new Murloc onesie and, you know, putting on panda sets, but because Transmog's free, so, you know, you can update it whenever you want, but, you know, you just keep replacing gear. What I actually want to do, I completely forgot to do it yesterday, and I feel weirdly bad that I didn't remember to do it, is I want to do Cloud Serpent dailies. I couldn't tell you why I feel compelled to get that Reputation 2 Exalted, unless I'm just trying to, like, be completionist about all the remix achievements, in which case it's you know, it's one of them for, like, a regular size bronze cache, but it's a place to start. Fine now, just a bit of a DC to get the blood pumping. When I saw you say that stream crashed, like, right as the countdown hit 0, I thought for sure you were trolling me. It seemed like the kind of thing that you might do. Oh, there was an orb there and it's gone. Good day, all. How is everyone? Good day. Things are good so far. It's morning. It's beautiful outside. I took a leisurely stroll with my dog out there. I saw a big crow in a nest, and I wondered if it's just like sleeping in on a Sunday, or maybe there's little crows in there. Who's to say? Pandaria is truly Frog Farm 4000. I heard that is currently a move. That it's very strong. I am gonna be stubborn about it for at least another day, I think. Don't get me wrong. I think that it is definitely one of the best, if not the best way to just like add power, especially to a max level character right now. But I don't wanna, because it doesn't sound fun. So I figure I'm gonna not worry about it unless, you know, it might get to me eventually. Some things do. We did run at least one normal raid, and I might do more normal raid, but I don't think you're gonna catch me at frogs, at least not today. Maybe next week, but I'm hoping they'll just fix it so I don't feel like I have to go. I don't want to do that. Although, fix what, you know, that's how it's always been. I think I'm going in here. I want to get to 70 so that I can put in some proper talents and get a feel for, and basically just grind threads to get up to 4200 so I get my final achievement. Oh wow, my scaling really did fall off a cliff. Either this is a really strong Unam Brute Sugar. I think I was only recently 60 when I logged off yesterday. I don't think I've done a whole lot. Because these are level 59. They are scaled. They're just... we'll see. Maybe this one's better. Currently doing it? I'm bored. Time runner to get them out. Timeless frogs. Do the frogs maybe month 2. Yeah. I'm gonna get a feel for how reasonably I can get my goals done without doing the frogs. And, you know. Let's see. Logged onto retail proper. Walked around Veldraken for like 10 minutes and felt compelled back to remix like an addict. Yeah, I've been logging onto retail for like a couple minutes every day just to repost my auctions. I crafted a bunch of alchemy stuff. And then I kind of look around and I go, well, this is a later me problem. You know, I think I'll be happy to play retail later, but I think Dragonflight's kind of dragon-flown for me. I don't know if there's anything else left for me there. People are frogging hard right now because they want to get in on it before it's nerfed. Yup. And that is absolutely valid. Indeed, I would go as far as to say it's a good idea. It's just a good idea that I don't want to do. Not that you said that I should, but just in general. I'm trying to get ahead of the voices in my head that are like, why aren't you frog farming? Go ribbit with the ribbity people. Are you rich yet? It would be richer if I didn't keep spending my gold on on whatchamacallums, WoW tokens to buy cash shop things, and I would be able to do that if they stopped making cute stuff that I want. It's not like I buy every transmog they put on the shop. They did that like sailor looking outfit. I didn't mess with that. They did like a merchant-y outfit at one point. Didn't do that. Am I thinking of the same outfit when I describe both those things? Maybe. I don't know. But I don't get all of it, but you know, they do have my number. Do what's fun. My retail mains vault is full. He's good for the week. Nice. I wonder if I have a vault. I guess I don't need a vault. I must have a vault because I did raid, so at the very least I would have done that. I don't know if I did keys this week. I don't think so. But you know, what is time? Who am I? Where am I? Is there a point to golden remix? Nah, I don't think so. It seems to pay for flight paths if you want flight paths, and I haven't found anything else that requires gold and not bronze. Oh, I got a blue. Also, I'm wearing pants. I think I put on upgrades and I didn't restock at gems. Maybe that's why I feel like a wet noodle, is I'm not wearing gems. Don't mind me. Let's use our delightful Narcissus thing, Narcissus UI, and pop in all of the gems that we want. So let's see. It was Wildfire, Enkindle, Windweaver, Lightning Rod. That was important. And then I still have Explosive Barrage. I've got Brilliance. I've got even more points and honestly not that many gems on me. I might need to go back to my bank and pick up a few more gems. And then can I just like, hang on, right click this. Let's just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's spread it out evenly. That's nice. I'm still missing, oh, it's because I have more Tinker sockets and I have gems on me right now. Next time I'm back in Vale, I can pick up my old Tinker gems. Time is a thing that does not apply to me these days. Such a great add-on. That add-on is Narcissus. I added it to my add-on spreadsheet yesterday. And then I also took off Plumber because as much as I enjoyed it for seed farming in the Emerald Dream, I'm pretty sure I'm done with that. I don't think there's any of that left for me. Almost 2k gold, basically nothing uses it. Yeah, I think gold is, you know, vestigial. Probably was more effort to not have than to have, but doesn't seem to really do anything. Someone told me the 60 to 70 bracket isn't tuned well. I've been hearing that it is. I've been hearing the same thing. I think that is true. I think that the degree to which it is true is going to depend a little bit on like your threads and your gems and, you know, how maybe what you're playing. Maybe it's worse for some classes than others. Oh, I'm supposed to be measuring disturbances. That's right. I knew I was in this game for a reason. I feel substantially better now that I put my gems back on. Plus, I can go get a few more of them. I've got 2 open Tinker sockets, so I should pick some of those up at some point. And I hit with abilities that do triple my health and damage. Yeah, that's definitely awful. That's no good. It hasn't happened to me yet. Unless we're counting the time that I upset a Warbringer or a War Scout and I didn't get a chance to apologize before they wreaked their vengeance. Is TLDR and the Shadowlands mount crafting stuff still in the sheet? TLDR maybe, because I think I still use it. But the protoform synthesis field journal should be gone because I don't use it anymore. I try to keep that list as an up-to-date list of the add-ons that I have currently, not the add-ons that I've ever had at any point ever. You will suffer between 65 and 70. It's painful. You will suffer. See, now I'm spiteful. I'm like, I'm not, well, now I don't want it. Now I'm not gonna. I will. I absolutely will. Stay tuned. About an hour and a half. Do I think it's going to take me an hour and a half to get 5 levels? I guess it is if I keep doing laps around this cave like this. Found it to be fast, but maybe because I'm a hunter. Shad Priest seems to be doing real well at later levels. There's an argument to be made for doing normal raid. Either MSV again, or the other ones, or all of the above. I'm sure that it would give me, because my XP is only at 150. You can definitely crank it a lot higher than this. And that would probably help me get through these last levels as well. What are my threads at? We're at 1,700 threads. You got this. You're a gamer. Sometimes. I'm not convinced that I had DBM on yesterday. Like, I remember enabling it and reloading my UI and everything like that, but I don't remember hearing any actual DBM alerts. Which,
You are most welcome. Live
spooked me a
for
little bit.
your dreams.
There we go.
Keep your eyes
Yeah.
and heart open.
How is my rep doing after all that? So I did my dailies. I am, oh man, so if I'd done my dailies yesterday and I did them again today, then I would have been finished. I guess I'll get it tomorrow. Fine. I haven't started the timeless isle. I've refused so far. The other thing that I could be looking into is I could start trying like heroic dungeons and scenarios. I'm sure those would go okay. I'm gonna go pick up some more Tinker gems, I think. Let me look up Shadow Priest remix gems again. See if I can get just like a big list of them. Did okay in the open world above 65. Was noticeably longer to kill mobs though. So the question is, do I want to... I guess I don't need to. I was going to say I could pick another zone and start working on getting the... Don't mind my bird being kind of tired. I could pick another zone and start working on getting the zone meta collectible, because we have the Cherry Blossom Trail toy, and I got the Half Hill backpack. I was very excited about that. There's more. There's, like, each zone has a thing that you can get. So I could start another one, but I could also save that for future characters. If I want to just prioritize getting to 70, I think that normal raid is probably the move right now. Yeah. Yeah. Let me also go and look up Holy Priest remix gems. Take a look at that as well. Absorb build gems. Party utility tinker gems. How do you get the zone collectibles? The zone collectibles are for doing the zone meta achievements. So you can look up you can open your achievement window, go to Remix Pandaria, and they're all listed right here. So I can see if I wanted to work on Chen Stormstout's keg, I need to do one of these two achievements, either the campaign or the tour achievement, which needs you to do exploration treasures and rares. There's a little flexibility built into all of them. None of them need you to do everything. It's always like pick 2 of 3 or 1 of 2 kind of thing. 3 purchasable mounts into the remix so far. Nice. Don't forget to level gear when your mobs start to feel difficult. Helps a lot. I'm gonna get my gems back. And then... yeah, maybe look for normal. I wonder if I'd be better off trying to... I don't even know if I could get in. I was gonna say if I'd be better off trying to DPS a normal. I guess I could just apply and see what happens. The mop event is up until mid-August. The end date is on the calendar for August the 19th, and also there's a big countdown clock on your login screen on the top left-hand side. Currently kind of focusing main story quest till I get the Veil, so I can start working on getting the Elegon recolor. Nice. Look, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I previously had made a big show of stashing all kinds of extra gems that I didn't need at the moment into my bank, but I've overdone it and I need to get them back. Let's see here. Tireless Spirit is... I'm going to leave Tireless Spirit as my meta gem. I'm going to dump my other meta gems in. Same thing with my cogwheel gems. I'm happy with Pursuit of Justice. I'm going to not worry about the rest of them. But then for Tinker gems... I need to pull more of them. So I'm looking for things like... oh, for heaven's sake, this is going to be kind of annoying. Here, I'm going to pull all of them just for a sec. Just to make my brain make more sense for a minute. And then I'm going to go into my UI here. So I have all of the Tinker Gems collected, it looks like. And I have 2 points available. So I could do... do I really not have Explosive Barrage socketed right now? Oh, no, I do. It's the lit up ones that I don't have yet. So if I want to heal a raid, Righteous Frenzy maybe? Mark of Arrogance, Brittle, Hailstorm... I think the more I play Remix, the more I'm going to get used to this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Righteous Frenzy. And then maybe Ankh of Reincarnation. That might be good. Yeah, I think we're gonna need that. Okay. That's good. Good stuff. Do they have like a cheat sheet for talents? No. What is that? Narcissus. That is Narcissus giving you an extra gem management interface. It's pretty good. Kill world bosses daily per toon in retail for the duration of remix. Okay, so if I wanted to get, let me see. Yeah. I don't really want Divine Word. I definitely want Divine Image. And yeah, I'll take Salva too. That's fine. Where is Bulwark? Yeah, we need Bulwark. Bulwark's important. I'm just trying to not die over here. I also want to make sure that I am for sure using... Yeah, we've got it. We've got Desperate Prayer all set up. Okie dokie. Let me see if I can get into a raid for Remix. Fresh, normal. That's Heart of Fear? By all means, sign me up. What do you mean unspent talent points? I just spent them all. Oh, I see. Here we go. Uh-huh. Narcissus add-on's a game changer. Couldn't imagine doing this event without it. It makes gem juggling a million times less annoying. It's so nice. I guess I could just carry around these gems. I'm sure I could go through and figure out which ones really suck and stick those in the bank, but yeah, it's alright. Oh, I also gave myself a couple of legendary gems. Not of the good ones, but just of things that I wasn't using anyway, like the armor one. I haven't put them in my gear or anything like that. Let's not get crazy. Let's see. Fresh full run. That one's MSV. That's Galleon. So, it is kind of nice having all of the groups be basically 226, because you know exactly what people are after. Siege of Orgrimmar. I don't even know if I'm ready for that. I don't even know if I'm allowed. MSV maybe. MSV or Heart of Fear, I guess. I'm scared of Throne of Thunder. it sounds difficult. Can you buy the gems? You can trade bronze for random unmarked gems that when used will turn into a random one. So you can't just like go buy crit gems directly off a vendor, but you can roll for them. And that is one of the ways that people are getting their you know what, I guess I could sign up as a DPS. Heart of Fear. Did Siege last night. My group disbanded at Galacrast. That boss was super overtuned. I wonder if it's like super competitive to get into these groups. I feel like yesterday. Oh no, they're gone. I don't plan to do the frog farm, no. Not today, anyway. Well, alright. I'm DPSing a Heart of Fear. I won't worry too much about all the, I still have generally the same gems. I guess maybe I could switch to, here, let's pop out Righteous Frenzy. And let's pop in, I think I wanted, it was like Sunstrider's Flourish, yeah. That'll be pretty good. Fly vaguely in that general direction. Don't do it, sounds scary. Rescued a cat yesterday. Named him Harvey. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm really glad that he has you guys. Just hope they up bronze. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about my bronze acquisition, but it's going to depend on if I run out of things that I want to do before I run out of things that I want to buy. Because I bought like 7 mounts off the vendor yesterday just with bronze that I got while leveling normally and doing like a couple of achievements. So I'm hoping that I don't need to do any kind of degen farming to get everything. But we'll see. I also think that I'm excited to farm bronze by leveling alts too. This is still my first character, and I don't want to start any future characters until I get my cloak, like my 4,200 threads, which is going to take a hot minute. But then, you know, maybe I'll level to 70 on another thing, and then I'll just want more of them, and that's a good way to get bronze too, especially if I'm saving the bronze on them. Okay. How's your Claxy rep going? I haven't started that yet. 40k an hour in a good group, did a couple hours. Bronze comes super fast at higher levels, bought like 13 mounts so far, and I'm not 70. What is the class arsenal you get for Isle of Thunder? Is that all the purchasable weapon sets? I do not know. That's a good question. Probably end up with only one remix too. Get to 70, go back to the achievements. Lore Master, maybe some treasures and rares and alts, get 30 to 40k easily. Okay. I don't know if my build's any good, but I'm just going to do my best and hope for the best. I'm DPSing this time, so that's slightly less pressure. You can solo do the scenarios. I believe you can queue up for them at Lore Mastered Show in Pandaria if you want to do them in retail. I don't know if all of them... I don't know if there's any of them that would be, like, difficult to do. Yeah, I don't know. I've got some buttons. I'll do my best here. I've got all my gems socketed, so that's a start. Last night started my second alt, confirmed that you can re-get achievements and their bronze caches. Oh, nice. Hit 70, got cloak 12. Don't know if it's because of that or just random. I think it should... I feel like you get like a lot of threads. I don't know. Because I haven't hit 70 yet. I don't know. Maybe it'll just work like that. Alright. Is there anything else? Once we're all in, I can use some scrolls. I'm going to put these scrolls that are not buff scrolls in a different area. Oh, somebody else is on it. Nice. I won't worry about drums. I'm sure somebody will have lust. I have my health pot here. Power pot. Oh yeah, this gives you 3% extra int for 30 minutes. That's a good one. And then bandages. Yeah. Buddy hit 70 last night. Said thread gain after 70 is crazy. All right. I'm excited. Second raid's the charm. I feel like I'm gonna need the XP threads that I'm gonna get from normal just to be able to get through this this section of leveling. So that person's 70. We've got some like 38, 35, some 66, another 70, 45. I'm 60 and there's somebody at 64 too. So a pretty good spread of levels. I'm very curious as to what the damage breakdown ends up looking like. I don't think my talents are optimized by any means. My plan is just to press my buttons really hard and hope for the best. All right. I've never, ever, ever done this at anything approaching a reasonable difficulty. Should be good.
Never to question nor to contemplate. We simply act. We fight, toil, and serve so that her vision for us is made reality.
What's the fastest way to level? It seems good to get normal raid clears as much as you can. Like, if you can, doing each raid that's available to you every day, because that'll stack up experience on your cloak really quickly, like more quickly than doing anything else. And then outside of those normal raid clears, I would say outdoor questing. But it's still early. Scaling here was rough. Got wrecked on the last boss at 66, so did the 270s. Moved some cogs around and broke a mechanic to get through it. Oh, okay. I also want to see if I check my add-ons. I have DBM, and I have DBM. Oh, it's mop dungeons. Oh. Raids, Dragonflight raids, War Within. Oh, okay. That's what I did, is I turned on the mop dungeon DBM. I didn't turn on the mop raid DBM. That would explain a lot. I don't even know if I have the mop raid DBM installed. I might need to scroll further down the list. If the 70s have frogged, they will blast.
We are unfazed. We will stand firm.
I think you should. I might not. I might not get there. I'd have to go get it. Let me see.
And so it falls to us, her chosen voice.
Miss Pandaria. Raids. See if I can really quick reload. That should do it. I figure if I'm gonna not really know the fights, the least I can do is have DBM on and try to listen to the alerts. Clearing extension once in Heroic is definitely worth the achievement reward. I haven't tried a Heroic dungeon at all on actual remix. I did one, or I started one on testing, and of course it was very early when nobody had any gems or anything, so it was rough.
The Divine chose us to give mortal voice to her divine will. We are but the vessel that enacts her will.
Do I want to get in that? It looks good. Oh yeah. Oh, watch it, watch it. Might actually hurt. Yeah, some people have definitely perished. Happens to anybody. Don't mind me, I was just too busy staring at my Devouring Plague button. I wonder how many times I can get away with pressing this right now. It's weird playing with this many stats. Even though the scaling's not really in my favor right now. At level 60. With kind of only okay gems. I've been... Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Nice.
If her will for us is to perish, then
excellent.
it shall be so.
And now my cloak is up to 169%. I'm gonna save all these bronze caches and open them all at once later. Oh yeah, that's way better. I'm in combat, but if I ever get out of combat, that's a lot. That's main stat. And just being higher item level will make the Tinker slots really good. You're already more than my level 70 finished at. Have my graphics turned down a raid? Could not see those things to save my life. Oh no. Yeah, they look like they hurt. Okay. of a cool raid. I like the amber windows, and the lamps and stuff.
One day failed their test. Will you? They approach. Good.
You do get threads very fast.
My students were here.
I suppose the higher quality threads, like the blue ones, count for multiple threads. Like if each thread is one stat, getting a blue thread that gives you 7 haste would be like 7 threads worth, I guess.
On your guard, invaders. I, Kayak, Lord of Blades, will be your opponent.
I wonder if Shadow Priest does well just because they scale real good with haste. Because this is kind of talking me into giving up on healing and just playing Shadow. I'm having substantially more fun than I had yesterday in Mogashan Vaults. This is great. I've never been a healer. Man, of all the paths for me, I did not see myself having another DPS arc. I was enjoying healing so much in Shadowlands. But not only, and I don't mean just for remix. My guild has quite a few like great healers, and we don't. Ow, that does hurt. You know, we don't always need everybody to heal. So you know, if they need me to damage, I may as well get it set up and do it properly. And I think I might be doing quite a bit of that in the War Within. The question is, can I get to a point where I feel good about doing it in dungeons again? Because I feel like doing a Shadow Priest in raid is always going to be fun. Especially if you're properly set up for it. You got good trinkets, you're happy with your builds, but like Shadow Priest in dungeons, sometimes it's great, but a lot of the time it feels like the dungeon just, the format of the dungeon just does not lend itself to Shadow Priests. Doesn't feel so bad. I feel like I'd always prefer to heal a Mythic Plus given the chance. Shaw skin, yeah.
Someone like that someday. To hear that sound. But to have it
Boss being gross.
my own
Oh, I leveled him 61.
is ridiculous.
Apparently they might be changing so it crashes down to the one you're targeting. Yeah, I heard that they were talking about adding that, but then having a choice node so you could still aim it if you want. I would be pretty happy to have Shadow Crash just hit the thing that I'm targeting because I am prone to missing. I occasionally just, I don't know, twitch or something and then send a Shadow Crash like backwards onto a balcony behind me where it helps nobody. Misha TX, thank you for the 18-month resub. Morning, Hazel. Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. I hope your weekend is going swimmingly. Or the ceiling. Love being able to aim my Shadow Crash onto a group of mobs. Just woke up. Do it too quickly, the mobs usually get moved. Yeah. Yeah, the travel time's kind of rude on it. It feels great whenever you can... Don't step in the big circle under the boss. Okay. It feels great whenever you can, like, what's the word? Lead them? You know, like aim in front of where they're going and then it matches up with where they are by the time it gets there. That always made me feel smart. I love the ready check, like, right when we pull. Can I multi-dot all the legs? I don't see any reason why not. You don't got no more legs. Oh, you found another one. Are you a lizard? Are you a starfish? Oh, he does sprout them. They should be like little tiny and cute and shiny like baby Groot. Happy long weekend. Worked yesterday, but I got the next 2 days off, so I can't complain. Nice. It's like the best time of year to get extra time off. Or to any time off, really. It's like not super into the hottest, most sticky, sweaty part of summer yet, but it's like summery enough to be pretty. Okay, spending my time in Remix doing Lore Master multiple times. It's so cozy. I made a pizza yesterday. Although I like started the pizza dough in my bread machine, and then I went to go take a nap because it was gonna be a while, and I was, sleepy. But then like I had put some garlic and rosemary into the dough. I like putting just some fresh garlic and then some rosemary from my balcony into pizza dough, and it smelled so good while it was like just rising and kneading and stuff that like it was hard to fall asleep. I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time sleeping when there's like strong smells, or any smells. And smells will wake me up. I discovered that the hard way when I would program my bread machine to like start a loaf of bread in the morning. It's wonderful to wake up to fresh bread, but I wake up like 3 hours too early because as soon as it starts like getting warm and like smelling like bread, I can totally like it just wakes me up. My body's like bread alert. Must seek out bread. How are we doing here? This is a very angry bug. Dead bug? What about Parm? Oh. I didn't have any. I did have some goat cheese. I put the rest of the goat cheese onto the pizza. It was really good. Can confirm. Food scent is the most effective alarm clock. Diarrhea, I don't know. Okay, the staff luckily I can just put on without having to do any regemming to it. I want to wear my upgrades, but I don't want to stop and make these people wait for me while I figure out what my gems are. Did the pizza taste good? Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was real good. I love doing that. The only problem is that it's delicious and I eat a lot of it and then I don't have any leftovers. But that's okay. I also went grocery shopping in my car. I almost never do that. But I was like, I usually either order groceries to be delivered to me, or if it's not a huge load of groceries, I will walk to one of the stores because I can drive and I drive just fine, but it still makes me really anxious. So I have a bad habit of avoiding it sometimes and then justifying my avoidance of it by look at those gas prices. This is my anxiety is just a money saving mechanism. Anyway, I got over myself yesterday and I went in the evening when it was nice and quiet and, got all the essentials. They had eggs on sale and I got 18 of them. What made you do it? I was out of food. I was out of food. And I knew that, I don't know. I wanted to. Haven't been inside a grocery store for so long. Instacart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I walked for groceries for years and years because I got my license quite later than my peers and people that I knew. I didn't get my license until I was like 27 or so. I don't even know if this is trash or the boss, but I've popped a cooldown. Something's happening. So up until that point, especially when I was like a young adult and a teenager, if I wanted groceries, you were walking, and sometimes it is quite far.
Die for the wings of the Empress cannot bear. You will pay for your transgressions.
I'm just
My
gonna
blade
be
never
stunned, I
misses its
guess.
mark.
Ow. I'm gonna disperse.
The skies, the Empress commands it.
The nice thing about walking to get groceries is it makes you really think about what you're gonna buy because you have to carry them home. And it's good exercise. I always found that I got more exercise in general whenever it was built into essential things I needed to do as part of my life and not like getting exercise for its own sake. I'm a lot more likely to go walk to the store to get toothpaste because I'm out of toothpaste than I am to get up and go to the gym. I say as though I've ever been to a gym. Live in a very walkable city. Haven't driven a car in years. Oh, I died, but so did everybody else. Wind bomb. Huh.
The skies belong to the Empress.
You can do your first raid at level 25. Apparently there's a right and a wrong way to pick blush leaf extract. I do often rely on grocery delivery, but it also causes anxiety. And mind you, I in a perfect world I am working on my own patterns so that I can navigate life with less anxiety rather than trying to just avoid everything that upsets me. And I am working on that. But I would say that when you get groceries delivered, you have to accept them from the person that brings them to your door, and sometimes they're content to just leave them, and sometimes they're like sitting there knocking like, I need to see you take them. And then your dog is trying to get out, and I don't know. It's sometimes it's nice to go shopping. I like grocery shopping when the store is quiet and pretty empty and I can kind of take my time and look for what I need. And I also like it when I have a very specific and detailed list. What I don't like is just wandering the store hoping that I see something that I might want to eat. All right. So how do I avoid... What did they say? How do I avoid Dawn? I guess I'm just going to stand a little more over here. I don't really know this fight. So I'm in an amber prison. I'm more in melee, but it doesn't really look like something that anybody can stop. I don't know. I'm gonna disperse. I don't know how to navigate that mechanic. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Only like the grocery shop first thing in the morning when it's practically empty. That's why I hated Costco, because it's always packed opens later. I think that'll be the day that I know that I've like made progress in my life, is the day that I go to Costco on purpose. Like, have a membership, drive my car there, park, purchase things, get them home. That'll be kind of a big day for me. I'm not planning it for some time. I think I survived that by luck. Wind bomb, move away. Move away from... Oh, from those things. Okay.
The skies belong to the Empress. My blade never misses its mark.
I'm going to use one of those health pots. Oh! That thing. Okay. Well, I'm dead, but it makes a little bit more sense. I don't have that kind of anxiety, and I think Costco's a hellscape. That's a dilemma in our house. Grocery shopping is a get in, get out as fast as possible kind of thing for me. My partner likes to visually inspect every single product in the store. That's funny. I can relate to both sides of that. I have like an imaginary like bar that fills up when I'm in the store, and anything that makes me uncomfortable will add progress to that bar. And when I hit a critical threshold, all of a sudden I am no longer good at words, and I'm just trying to get as much of the rest of my list as I can and get out of there. Because up until that point, I'm cool, I'm good. But then at a certain point, I'm like, nope, I've hit my Hazel grocery limit. Let me just find my milk and my frozen pizza, and I will be going.
Empress, I have...
Ooh, we did it. I love Costco, but I live in 733 square feet. Bulk is not workable. Can you send gems and tinkers to your alts? I don't believe so. It looks like these gems might be tradable, but I don't believe you can receive mail from players on a remix character. Do we release here? Well, thanks. I got 2 helmets. Tessa Manaroth dropped before the mount for me. Wow. That's crazy. Also, did you have luck getting your remix gear and gems back in your character? You were mentioning that you had that bug yesterday. I call that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse at a party. If someone is weird or off, I'll say, well, that's 1 horseman, and once we reach 4, we leave. Oh. I am playing Pandaria Remix. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing? Delete your character and restore it. You also restore all of your gear. Okay. Yeah, I guess it would only be a problem if it happened more than once in a week and you would run up against the restore cooldown. Whoa. One of the fun things about not being familiar with these raids is I have no idea when it's going to end. I don't know where the... Actually, you know what? I think I do. I think we do this boss, then we go down a hall and maybe one more. Something like that. Oh, I did get pranked at the grocery store by my own lack of understanding. So before I went, I was looking at the app to look at the flyer and to look at the deals and stuff like that to see, kind of get a feel for what was on sale and what I might want to get. And I was looking at grapes. And on the app, it was kind of like, hey, grapes cost this much per pound. And for unit of grapes that we sell, it's basically around $6. And I thought, that's reasonable. I will spend $6 to get a bunch of grapes and have them as snacks. This is great. So when I get to the store, I see all of the grapes and I select a bag of them and I go about my day. And I get home and I'm reading my receipt and I'm like, wait a second. Hold up. It was $6 per grape, basically. I, at some point, misunderstood something. I guess it's my own fault for not checking to see how much they weighed. And for just assuming that by unit, they meant unit that normally comes in one of these bags that you can take. It was $15 and like 30 cents or so for a bag of grapes. And I guess I'm gonna eat them. I would not have spent that much on purpose. Okay, here we go.
Worthy test subject, what's your step? From death, feel fortunate to receive this.
I've done that before with cherries as well, like where I just don't do the math on how much it actually costs per actual unit. I go, oh hey, that's not that price in the sticker doesn't look so bad, and I don't like weigh them to find out how heavy they are, basically, and then I go, oh no. I don't want to spend $20 for a bag of cherries. Don't get me wrong, they look good, but you know, who do I look like?
My greatest creation.
Bill Grapes? Uh-huh.
Death comes life,
Listen, the jokes
from life.
are front-loaded in the week, and we're on the last day. Also, I have no earthly idea what's going on in this boss fight. I'm just hitting things and trying not to stand in anything. Reshape light.
This gift.
Oh dear lord, okay. Press buttons. Drink pools?
And from life, death.
Press buttons? Well, at least I'm increasing my allies' damage or something.
What's your step?
I miss being a Shadow Priest. Interrupt your Amber Explosion.
I don't know what that means.
Break free. Only usable once your transformed body's been reduced. Oh, I need to be hit. Okay.
From death comes life.
Current willpower. So if they do some more damage to me, or if I stand in something, I guess. Oh my goodness, I just blew up in the raid. But if I can get below half, leave vehicle. How? Leave vehicle or consume puddle. I'm just gonna go for a swim. Oh.
From death comes life. And from life,
Did you happen to buy a crate full of grapes? It was a normal bag of them. I have tried cotton candy grapes. I found them to be upsetting.
feel fortunate to receive this gift.
Were they dipped in gold? Oh man.
Feel fortunate to receive this gift.
I wonder if I could have just stood in one of the pools to take damage to get below half to pop out.
And from life, death.
It looks like they're gonna finish it anyway, so it's fine. I don't see myself replaying these raids terribly much. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll want to do it in alts to get the experience gain.
Seal the gates, bar the exits, destroy these.
This is normal. Definitely normal. Well, the good news is my cloak is up to 224% experience, which is wildly above where I was before. I have 2167 threads. We're up like a couple hundred threads since coming in here. It should help quite a bit for getting to 70. I'm up to 62. They're working on scaling fixes, so that's helpful, I guess. Yeah, I would go as far as to say that's mandatory. This event is not going to have the legs that they're going to want it to have if they don't get on top of sorting out scaling. Holy Mawmates, thank you very much for the 18-month resub. I'm using an add-on to see total threads. I'm using Narcissus right now. Is it worth keeping the lower item level blue gear to level up with bronze once you hit 70? Maybe. If it's got good stats on it for you, and if you don't anticipate that you're going to get more. If you get like a blue piece that has, you know, your best stats. Kept my blues because they had main stat. Yeah, because they get main stat and 1 secondary. One epic, 2 blues, like 24 total hours played. Today, I rest. I guess I could also stick with raids long enough to figure out what's going on in them so I can do a better job. Because right now I keep being like, I don't feel confident that I can keep myself alive and contributing because I don't really know what's going on, and that could probably be solved if I just read some dungeon journals. You know, it's the event's going to be going on for a while, and it's probably not the last time I'm going to want to be in here. Maybe this is the worst it's going to be because the more I do it, the better we'll feel about it. We're going. We're going. Yeah, Tireless Spirit with Devouring Plague spam is really strong for damage. Especially in Lust. I don't even have particularly highly upgraded gear. I'm wearing old gear. I'll fall off, of course. All of that damage is front loaded, but still pretty fun. Cry of Terror. Inflicts damage to allies. Am I gonna, like, scream? Oh, seems over. Works for me. You get so much insanity. That's nuts.
No more excuses, Empress. Eliminate these cretins, or I will kill you myself.
Uh-oh. Well, that is a long fear. I guess they call it the Heart of Fear for a reason. Oh, I'm out! I'm out!
Breathe no longer.
Okay, so it is a magic effect, so it is dispellable. Weird. Another 16 seconds, I can Tireless Spirit again. That'll be good. There we go. Load it up!
You will serve me now.
There we go. Woo. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to do that, but I have a feeling it's not how we just did it. Oh, I got infinite power 11 for 2200. We just need another clean 2000 threads, but apparently at 70 they'll come really fast. Yeah. Up to 236% XP gain. That should help. Am I able to res anybody in combat? Sour Pickle, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Getting there. Time to heal Terrace. Oh, I'm sorry we can't res. I'm excited to get out of here and go pop in all of this new gear. Get my upgrades all sorted. Almost a big thing. That's so much more experience. Like, I feel like it's... You don't have to do the raids, but you are making your leveling experience substantially longer if you opt to avoid them. Nocturnal Nightingale, thank you for the 14-month resub. Alright. How much bronze am I at? So I'm at 2,500 in my bags, but with all of these caches... That bumps us up to 6,300. Pretty good. Let's combine some gems. Looking okay? Yeah. And then I want to basically just equip the highest item level stuff that I can. So that's a 220 helmet, mastery, or leech. Let's take mastery. That is also a mastery helmet, but it's not, it doesn't have int. Those are blue shoulders with Versa. Those are blue gloves with mastery. Yeah, the gear's decent too. And then blue Versa belt. Haste pants. Yeah, it's a lot of blues. I'm happy with that. Let's scrap all this stuff to get our gems back. Slim Shady AFK, thank you for the 47-month resub. Happy Sunday morning, all. Happy Sunday morning. Best of luck, Cosmic Surprise. It's impossible to get into raids unless you're a famous streamer. Probably bridges the gap that makes 60 to 70 feel like a slog. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Although I feel like if I did go do another raid now, with all of those blues that I just put on, I'm in, like, much better shape. I can't believe I'm deleting blue legs, but I guess they're old blue legs. We got new blue legs. Yeah, you can do raids once per day. But you can do, like, each raid once per day if you wanted. So let's put our gems back. Let me see. Windweaver. Enkindle. Lightning Rod. If it's still in there. Smashinator, thanks for the 4-month resub. I wish I could rearrange these. This add-on is Narcissus. After so long, I don't even know which version I should play, but neither does Blizzard, I guess. Yeah. So I've got 5 more. I guess I just want to make sure that I've got the ones that I want. The only thing that I wish this interface was searchable. Like your bags obviously are. Frost armor. go. What about brilliance? Brilliance is in. Brittle? Brittle. Yeah, we can do that. There we go. How do I look? Oh, we look pretty good. Narcissus is that add-on. Instant insult. Put the ones you won't use in the bank. Yeah, the last time I did that, I ended up with more gem slots than I knew what to do with, and then I had to go get a bunch of them back. But yeah, I probably should. So we're at Dawn's Blossom. We don't really need to be. Love the chicken. That's the Half Hill Farmer's backpack. It is the best thing that I've gotten from this event so far. I don't know how I'm ever going to take it off in the War Within. There's a lot of great new back piece transmogs. There's like kobold backpacks that have like melted candles on them. But this has a chicken. You look like a warlock that really wants to be a druid. That's like playing as a shadow priest. Yeah, it does not matter which armor piece the gems are in. If you have like, you might want to put your best gems into your highest item level piece if you were really trying to metagame, but you're going to replace your gear so often as you level. Oh, and then prismatic sockets. I didn't do my prismatic sockets. So let's do crit, haste, and then maybe more haste. I guess there's not much left for me to do here in Valley of the Four Winds either. We kind of finished most of this. I'm at 62. And let me check the Wowhead Remix guide for a sec. Do I rock a backpack IRL? Yeah, sometimes. It's the most ergonomic way to carry a bunch of stuff around town with you. I don't replace my gear anymore. The bronze cost is so little once you have a higher item level of that slot in your bags, like in Dragonflight. Like, how little are we talking? I'm pretty cheap. I wanted to do something. What is it that I wanted to do? I was opening up my bags. I was thinking about putting gems back in. Oh, that's right. I was pulling up the remix guide so that I could check and see when I'm able to do everything. So at level 60, I now have access to everything. So I could do Siege of Orgrimmar if I wanted to. I could also do Throne of Thunder. I haven't even been to the Isle of Thunder yet. I could do Terrace of Endless Spring. I could do Mogashan Vaults again. It would stack up more experience in my cloak, but at a certain point I could also just go start questing and then have that be that. How's the push to 4,200 threads? I'm halfway there. I'm at 2,200 threads, but I think that at 70 it'll get substantially faster. My question to myself is, do I want to do one more zone or do I want to just stick with raids? I think I want to quest. What am I at? 236? That should help. Although if I just suffer through one more raid, how long could it possibly take? Hazel, yes. Do a mix of quests and raids. Thank you. Questing is a joy. Raids will bump the threads quicker. Questing is peace. Yeah. I think I'm hesitant to start a zone that I know I'm not going to finish, but I think I just need to not worry about like getting the achievement and just worry about, well, who says I can't get the achievement before 70? We've got 8 levels. What do you get for doing Crass Orang? You get Chen Stormstout's Keg, and you just need to do either the campaign or the tour achievement. The campaign achievement is really only 5 little quest hubs. Let's see if we can get this before 70. This should be fine. This should be great. So, if I can just finish that, then I could get the keg. And then I feel like once I have those zone metas, then it's going to be a question of, oh, you know what I haven't even done is I haven't done any heroic dungeons or scenarios. Not even for the dailies. Moku Poisoned Blades. Questing is so nice, though. The important one is the Eternal Blossom Zone achievement for the Golden Mountain. Split the difference. Do a heroic dungeon. Let me quest for a little while. Maybe long enough to get like 1 or 2 of these little zone objectives done, and then maybe a dungeon. Let's see. My haste feels so good. I was really not convinced that I'd done the right thing starting with a priest. I was kind of kicking myself a little bit for not doing a hunter instead. For questing and feeling super strong outdoors. And I'm sure hunters also feel good, but now that I'm in kind of more threads and more gear than I was, This feels incredible. This seems so good. Whoa. I'm so tickled pink that I managed to, like, top meters on a boss or two in the raid. Got the Golden Cloud Serpent today. Very nice. I don't think I'm specced into my interrupt. I don't think I took a talent point for silence. We basically just YOLO'd the talent tree. Hunter's real fun. If I play a monk or a mage in Remix, I'm never gonna know what they feel like outside of Remix. Eh. Does it matter? Did you switch to Horde? I made a Horde character. I would argue that what would I argue? I don't know. I feel like faction identity is kind of gone for me. I feel like it's so easy to play characters of both factions. My main is still Alliance, and I think always will be. But I don't feel strongly attached one way or another. Yeah, I don't think it matters anymore at all. I think it's just play the kind of characters that you want. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. Especially when you get the Meteor Storm and the Hailstorm Tinker Gens. Bummed that Nightborn aren't as cool as the NPCs. Matters in your soul. I still have exclusively Alliance apparel. of all of my branded WoW clothing, anything that is faction related is all Alliance. I don't own a single Horde shirt or hoodie or bandana or nothing. So if that's a metric, then yeah, I'm Alliance for life. Who doesn't love making everything explode? Glad I opted for Shadow Priest from Remix. Fun to see how different it plays with all the threads. Oh, I got a Scroll Keeper crown. Are you farming frogs? No, I don't wanna. I accept that it's a strong. I accept that it's good. I agree that it's overpowered. It looks like no fun, so I don't wanna. Sandwich was great. Pulled pork, barbecue brisket, bacon, melted Swiss. This place is getting added to my list of regular spots.
Greetings, traveler.
Speak up.
Loktar.
So many kinds of meat in one sandwich. Okay, that's one thing. I don't remember much about the Crasserang Wilds. I remember doing Angler's Dailies out here. That's about it. Definitely patched something overnight. I got 3 levels sitting in the inn watching the stream. Frog farming isn't fun. The fun is after getting tons and tons of bronze / threads. Yeah. It's the ever salient argument in gaming of if what you're looking for is net positive fun, how much ends justifies the means. You know, if you're like miserable farming something but you really want the outcome. I don't know. Tyvan justified the storm grind. True. I actually didn't mind the storm grind. It was kind of exciting to like check on the storms and then be like, oh hey, I need this one, let's go! And like just see the group finder flooded with groups of other people that were also like waiting for that particular storm. The only ones I really didn't like were the ones where the mobs were like super spread out and difficult to tag. That was kind of annoying. Don't think any other mount would have done. What is making your insanity go up out of combat? Could not tell you. That's a great question. It should be going down out of combat. Off to a wedding. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, y'all, and long weekend for fellow Canadians. That's right, it's Victoria Day. I don't know what that means, but I think it means that people that take holidays off are going to be off on Monday? You know, gotta love a stat holiday. What am I doing? Skitterer glands. Surprised at how much I hadn't done on Storm. Seems like I had done them a ton. I'm trying to think through what would I do differently leveling a second character in Remix with the experience I have now, but still without wanting to do anything that's like super not sounding fun. I would definitely spend early bronze to get my good Tinker gems and maybe meta gem. Although if the best meta gem is Funeral Pyre, I feel like I never remember to use it. I would probably get through one way or another, see if I could suffer through a normal raid clear basically as early as I could to get the XP threads kind of boosted off the ground a little bit. And then just crane nest. Oh. I don't know. Try and clean up achievements, I think, for the sake of bronze. Queen Victoria's birthday. I suppose so. I just don't think she's getting any older. Boom. First 70. Nice. Congratulations. So your alt will start with a template cloak. The type of threads that you collected in your main won't have anything to do with it. It's just the amount. Once you've got 4,200 threads on your first character, or on your highest character anyway, once you've got 4,200 threads, that gives you infinite power 12, and then all of your future alts will start with a flat stat budget of main stat versus stam, and then experience gained. I don't think they start with any speed. 6 hours into my first alt, level 48 already. Nice. I'm a little scared to check my play time. I feel like I'm losing a lot of it looking for tigers. Hello, kitty? You're not a kitty. I pulled you anyway, though. Whoops. I think Blizzard killed the frog farm. They don't drop lesser charms anymore. Rest in pieces. First character was a Dark Iron Dwarf, and I forgot they had an unused racial that buffs them until I got her to 55. Frog SF, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Well, I hope that if you were frog farming that you got all of your frog dreams fulfilled before the frogs failed fabulously. Using this to get heritage armor quick and easy. Knowing Blizzard, it would also break up picking up charms from frogs in retail for mount rolls. Oh dear. That would be something. Okay. I'm really kind of struggling with the tigers. Oh, it's because they're stealthed again. Did the frogs fail, or did we fail the frogs? Listen, I was part of the Frog Preservation Society. Endangered, rare, timeless isle toads. Must be protected. That is correct. Your alt will never start with more than 100% XP gain. Once you've unlocked that, that is the best cloak your alt's going to start with. Part of FPS. Hit 60 from flying, discovering a new area on the map. There you go. Alright, come on, tigers. There you go. There you go. It's just like with the foxes. You just got to be on the ground. How do you get to 300% before hitting max level? Get XP threads. I would say doing a lot of raid would be key. I'm only at 236 right now. But doing normal raid clears, clearing every normal raid available to your character every day would get you astonishing amounts of XP threads. Yeah, DITA was the in-universe group. I think it was HTA. I don't remember what the acronym was, though.
You're looking at me. Don't try anything.
They were in the Borean Tundra. And probably elsewhere. I think they probably used that one more than once. Working the Kunlai Summit achievement seems like the hardest one. Yeah, I'm a little scared of that one. People were saying that it's like a lot. I think I'm going to do it on a fresh character. You can start Kunlai Summit at 25. But I think getting to 25 on an alt would go pretty quick with the XP bonus that you start with. Or that I will start with once I get once I get my last achievement.
What do you need? Until next time. Strength and honor. Slow down.
Oh, didn't pick up a quest. I was too busy turning in my Prophet Mastery.
Can I help you with something?
Up to 2,400. They really start coming after a while. Doing it on an alt marksman hunter, super fun. The rares and Kunlai are annoying, so far apart. Best way to farm bronze. That is a good question. Recently it was frogs. Word on the street is that has officially died.
Hail. Walk with the Earth Mother. May the light protect you.
The Pandarian, slow down while I'm aiming to get all the threads as fast as possible. Okay. Yeah, they killed frog farming. Is what people are saying.
What do you need? Enough of that.
People are saying they're not elite, they don't drop lesser charms anymore. Which was the main way that people were getting bronze from them. I was always for safety of frogs. Listen. I bet when you go to sleep at night, you can still hear the ribbiting. Those frogs are gonna haunt you like a healthy pond to the end of your days. Elrither, thank you very much for giving out a gift sub to Frog Farm, who I'm sure is grieving. Goodness. wouldn't mind if they moved. If they maybe, I don't know, buffed the rate at which you could get XP threads for outdoor questing to compete with raids a little bit. Just for people that are trying to just like level alts and not feel like they need to go clear the raid, it would be kind of cool if you could get like a chunk of XP threads for, I don't know, doing a zone achievement or something. Steely, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I've done that one already. I need 2 more surveyors and then lotus leaves. There they are. I wonder how much stuff I can get away with pulling. Yesterday when I played this game, I discovered that our bravery was bigger than our bones. But, you know, I'm bigger now. I'm older. Technically. Technically true. I wouldn't go as far as to say wiser, but like, yeah, we're fine. We got shield gems. Nothing hurts anymore. I need some lotus leaves. Maybe rewards from the daily scenario or dungeon quest or something. It just seems like while you can level and quest and farm bronze on your own, you would be leveling a lot slower for it. Little frog farming, not a ton. Have almost all Lego gems now, though. Maybe the XP thread should be bound to ganking people with the Ordon dagger thing. Oh no, buddy. You're having a bad day. These things always seemed so heavily reminiscent of Zelda that it was like the noises and everything. If y'all want a word on the street, the heroic rage heart scenario is super easy. Get a jetpack and stomp on everything to kill it. Maybe you should get more threats if you kill streamers. Listen, I knew my good luck was too good to last. There are generally not professions in Remix, with the exception of fishing. You can do a bit of fishing, but you cannot craft anything. Any of these? Yeah. I hope they nerf the scaling. Not having fun at 70. Yeah, I hope they work on scaling a bit. I've heard that they're on it, or at least that's again word on the street. I'm not terribly upset with something like Frog Farm being nerfed though, because it didn't sound fun. It just sounded strong. I wouldn't want that to be like the only real way to keep up with others at endgame is to just go degen farm frogs.
The dreams brought us here. Go forth to victory. Strength. Hail. Light watch over you.
They need to buff bronze or nerf the upgrade cost. If you kill players, get a portion of their threads. Oh man. Some degen frog farmer was invited to my siege that had 2 million HP, did 600k DPS.
We are seeking the light.
There we go. So Thundercleft is done. She's got 4 more areas for decay. Have a good day. Off to complete my last awakened raid for the mount. Have fun in raid. Just don't do endgame content, do alt leveling. See how many alts people have at the end of the event. Yeah, I think alt leveling is going to be reasonable for collecting. I also think I'm getting through the stuff that I wanted from the vendors faster than I kind of figured. You know, we got 7 mounts yesterday, and yeah, sure, I'm starting with the cheap ones, but...
What do you need? Dabu
Having an easy breezy time as a demon hunter, of course. Need more gear and gems for more gear and gems for both specs. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna do raids at 70. Like once I get infinite power 12, would I rather farm bronze at 70, which it sounds like it's gonna come faster than it does with leveling. Would I rather farm bronze at 70 or start another character? Because I don't think that I'm really trying to like win remix by doing the most damage. Hi Hazel, love your channel. Thanks Lizzie Jane. Like the brittle and slay combo. Bosses summon ads like they're bringing in explosives. Oh, apparently I'm rescuing captives, but only the horde ones. Wish they would have had separate currency to upgrade gear. It feels bad to use bronze on gear. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm debating whether or not I'm going to be invested in playing endgame, because I feel like if I'm going to play endgame, then I'm going to want to spend bronze to upgrade gear, but if that's taking me in the opposite direction of my goal of collecting everything with bronze from the vendor, then what am I doing? I guess I'll have to get a feel for how fun it feels to do things like daily heroics, dungeons, and scenarios, and I guess raids at 70, and how good the bronze is on that versus just wanting to start something fresh and go quest. If I was you, genuinely just do your daily raids. Have you tried radishes with butter and sea salt? No. I've not had many radishes in my life. They've so far failed to impress me. They're a bizarre blend of watery and spicy. One day I'll grow some in a garden, and then I'll eat them just because I grew them. And then I'll discover that I've been unfair to radishes my entire life, and I owe some vegetables some apologies. Cook them, they taste like potatoes. But I could cook a potato. Potatoes are like affordable, which is not something you can say about a lot of food right now. Pickling radishes is the only way. I'm checking the doc. I don't know if I don't know when you can start heroic. I don't see any reason why it's not the same level that you can start normal. I haven't tried though. Heroic is 70? Okay. Have not been able to get an LFR all day at 70. Yeah, I think they fell off. They fell off a lot. People just aren't doing them. Not when you get so much better stuff from normals. Cats must sit in the laundry as soon as it's finished. Well, of course, that's when it's warm. Mine sometimes does a cute thing where she will burrow herself into the laundry. So you'll be like, you'll throw the laundry in the bed and then forget about it for like 8 hours, as is tradition. And then you'll be like, wait, where'd kitty cat go? Where's my kitty? And then you're like, oh, that laundry's purring. And then you like very carefully inspect it and realize that there's just like a whisker sticking out of one of your socks. What are your opinions on the awesome race of Azeroth, the goblins? I have a goblin bank alt, but she's unemployed now because of my Brutosaur. She got her job taken by a dinosaur, and she's been kind of depressed. Speaking of cats, where did mine go? It's too quiet. I do not trust her. seen Kira in here, actually. I wonder if she's sleeping in. She was on top of my feet last night, like, in a way that seemed like it would be very uncomfortable. Never heard her meow. My cat meows occasionally, not much. She's not wildly chatty. And she's gotten quieter lately, actually. She used to meow more. Mine is glued to me unless sleeping or actively getting into things that she should. Aww. Has Kira been at the biscuit factory recently? Yesterday, she was ripping up the rug a little bit. I think I just need to... Her cat tree, one of the... or her scratching post, rather. One of the sisal ropes has come unmoored. And I need to find a way to staple or re-glue it back into position. Because I think that's discouraging her from using it. And she's looking for other stuff to scratch on. So that's my bad. I need to keep her tree in better repair. Either that or she just wants biscuits.
Greetings.
Well, I can't rescue you guys because I've rescued enough people, so you guys are out of luck. I need one more reclaimer. Level 64, huh? Well, that's only 1042. I'm like trying to figure out if I have a chance of getting to 70 today. I really wanted to. Cat just scratches at my leg when it feels like it. Oops. For whatever reason, I didn't get silence in my spec. I was just kind of DIYing my spec, and I think I DI broke it. I might actually want an interrupt. I just wanted to loot the... I wanted to loot those guys. I need 2 more. Just do it one at a time here. Yeah. Just blame the scaling. I don't know, they get pretty powerful when they get fully reclaimed. Can you recommend any new add-ons for Remix? Narcissus is the thing. You might already have it. It does stuff in retail too. But this interface of checking your cloak threads and your gems and then being able to pop them in and out and manage them is incredible. It's really, really nice. It solved my #1 problem with Remix, which was that shuffling around your gems was really fussy. Narcissus. It's linked in my add-on spreadsheet. It's right at the bottom. There is a Hearthstone. They give it to you very early in when you start questing. They'll send you to an inn and give you a Hearthstone. I imagine you could also probably use your Hearthstone toys, right? Because you can use toys just fine. I haven't tried though.
Blood and thunder. Goodbye.
Toys work. Good. Good, good, good.
Tell me of your travels.
Well, another talent point. That puts me up at 60. Oh, we're still at 64. We're nearly 65. How is an add-on spreadsheet different from an add-on list? Is this like a riddle? Don't suppose there's any Hearthstone toys that are rewarded from Remix? Not that I saw yet. If there are, it's news to me.
The dreams brought us here.
I do feel a little less powerful against these mobs than I did recently. From 65, feel like I pull 2 mobs, dead, or healing constantly. I wonder if there's merit to doing like literally a level 65 raid, just to kind of get you some upgraded gear. I wonder if in addition to the XP slowing down, yeah, owie, the item level curve also bumps up substantially, and that if you're still wearing your old gear, I wonder if that's part of it. I guess I could also just upgrade the gear that I have now. I could go visit the bronze NPC and see how much that would cost me. I just don't want to spend bronze on my gear. But I probably should do it if it's going to be a huge help. I need my bronze for transmog, right? Just started my first ult after hitting 70 on main. Cape buff feels nice on a fresh ult. That's good still. That's good. I'm still making my peace with the fact that my ult's never going to have 236% experience gain to start with, but I suppose I can live with it. I guess I'll survive. Yeah. It goes okay. These little sparkly quest objectives, I often miss them. I feel like you gotta really be looking. They blend right in. Reduced cost if you have something higher. But if you like the stats of what you're currently wearing, yeah. Yeah, I guess if I'm getting quest items that are like 248, I want to go see how cheap we're talking. Because there's cheap and then there's cheap enough to be, you know, good for me. I have a lot of stuff I want to buy. Yeah, the frog farm got nerfed. Cockroaches you step on in the Thundering Isles are counted as a kill, and everything I kill explodes for AoE damage. This is fun. Not worth upgrading with bronze since you get gear doing quests anyway. Yeah, but if you're getting greens, those aren't going to be... They're missing main stat, although it's not a lot of main stat. What am I after? One more Stoneplow guy. Oh! Speak of the feline. You wanna come see me? Narcissus is the name of that add-on. There you go. Hi. You want to say hi to people? Yay. How did she get blind? The vet didn't know. They had a couple of theories, but they didn't have anything they could prove. They said that sometimes it just happens genetically, because she's certainly not like super elderly. She's only 10. Maybe she stopped seeing. I'm still missing one Stoneplow guy. These quests should get me to 65 though. Oh, I've left the area. so cute. Can I really not jump over a tree root? I was told... Oh, hi. There we go. Does this stick us at 66?
Welcome.
Yeah, it does.
Greetings, traveler.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Or 65, so I only have 5 levels left. I do feel like my combat ability has decayed somewhat. A little bit. You tell him, Kira. Hi, sugar.
Sunk, sunk.
She slept in a little bit. She's making up for lost time.
We are seeking the light.
Alright. Did that get that off my list? It did. Alright, so I've done Dante's Retreat and Thundercleft. I think I could probably look into trying. Actually, you know what? Because I'm Shadow, there's really nothing stopping me from just sitting in queue while I quest. I think I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to let Kitty have the chair for a minute. But when I come back, I want to maybe queue for like a heroic and see if I can damage it instead of healing it. That might be more fun. I will BRB. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get in anything. Actually, I could also do... What if we do a scenario? What if we do like a heroic scenario? What's the worst thing that can happen? I don't even know what you get for doing them, but I feel like I might be up to it. Who's to say? I also want to use one of these little vouchers to get me to the nearest bazaar. I don't even know if there is one in Krasarang. I'm assuming so. I thought there was one in every zone. Nope. Shrine of the Two Moons. Alrighty. But this way I can at least pick up my daily quest. Make sure that I get... Yeah. Get a little cash for doing this scenario. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Get a ring for doing all the heroic scenarios. Yeah. Hi, kitty cat. So yeah, I've got the scenario. Oh man, I should have picked up the raid daily before I did the raid. And then I've got a dungeon one as well. Reasonable little bit of bronze for that. I also have 8,200 bronze that I got. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the upgrader. That's right. Maybe after. Maybe not. Oh, there it is.
Tell no lies.
I don't know. Fine. Holy smokes, it's Flooby. It's Gob Squad recruit Flooby. I mean, I guess we're all Gob Squad recruits. I've been stream sniped. Hazel, whipped or non-whipped? How do you like your cream cheese? Cream cheese for what? Are we making like Philly rolls? I would say not whipped. I'm kind of a heathen, and if I'm having bagels, I like them with butter or even margarine. There you go. Confession. We've all learned something about each other. Oh, so this is the one where you can jump on stuff and kill it, I guess. funny. I wonder if Flabby was just queuing for this one specifically anyway because it was like a strong thing to do. Put peanut butter on my bagels? You aren't alone eating non-cream cheese bagels. What? What's happening? Yeah, it is the rocket jump. What if I'm not good at aiming them? Yeah, I don't know. I like margarine because it's cheaper than butter. I can't really tell the difference flavor-wise. And it spreads easier. That is my argument in favor of margarine. Isn't this cave from what? How are scenarios different from dungeons? So there are 3 players instead of 5. And it's not as like linear as a dungeon would be. You do different stages that will have you do different tasks. Cannonballs delivered, egg yolk delivered, cannonballs delivered. Although where I'm trying to deliver them to, I don't know. I can't honestly say that I really understand much. I'm no good at aiming. Take the cannonball to Ticker. Where is Ticker? There? Those might end up like better scenarios. Yeah, they seemed to have a lot in common with scenarios. It was kind of like scenarios with a couple affixes. Real butter for cooking. I feel like it's almost $10 to buy a thing of butter. You know? I could buy cheese for that kind of money. Masterpiece. I don't know this scenario at all. I don't think I've ever done this before in my life. Hi, kitty. Do you think it's better to do quests? Or farm dungeons as a healer, do quests later? I found quests to be pretty fast. You know what I've never understood is people wanted to get everything in one day. I feel like I get it. I just don't I'm not that motivated. Hi. I can't aim this thing for my life. I can't tell how far I'm gonna jump. Propel yourself forward. It says 25 yards, but I feel like sometimes it's farther than others. Real indulgence with bagels is toasting open face with hummus and a slice of cheese on the top. I think if I was trying to build like my perfect bagel, it would involve avocado and smoked salmon. A little black pepper. Talking sweet bagels or savory bagels? Usually savory for me. When I was in my youth, you know, 1400 years ago, Tim Hortons used to do a French toast bagel, which I'm pretty sure was just cinnamon. But you could get it with like a strawberry cream cheese, and that was pretty good. But I tried it in my, you know, crunchy old elderliness, and well, didn't float my boat the same way. Oh, hi, sweetie. Aren't sweet bagels just donuts? No, donuts are fried. Bagels are boiled and then baked. Goblin looks pretty gangster. Good things can't last. Although that was a very fast scenario, and we got our scenario daily done, so that's something. What am I at? Still 65. 65 and a half. Not the bagel donut discourse again. I just don't see what there is to discourse about it, you know, like debates are for when one person isn't clearly wrong. What is probably the easiest and fastest rogue scenario? We've got bronze cash, bronze cash, bronze cash, bronze cash. 9,900. Uh-huh. How much are we saying? 14, 28, 42. Right. Okay. So you can see the pretty big cost jump when you get to a level that you don't have presently. It is pretty inexpensive, especially for if you're just trying to keep blues caught up to like the level that you've quest greened up to. And that does save me the pain of having to shuffle all my gems around. But so yeah, I'm not spending 274. I think I'm only going to do it for blues. This one's weird because it doesn't really have an item level in the first place. Actually, maybe it'll pick up an item level if I do this. Oh no, never mind. It was 135. It was just strange looking. What about the staff? Nah. I'm not spending 1,000 bronze on upgrading my weapon. Absolutely not. You get bronze faster as you level up. Currently level 30, miserably slow. Achievements and dailies seem to be giving me pretty strong amounts of bronze. I think I can buy another handful of things. I got 5 mounts yesterday. I'm doing mounts first, and then I'm going to work back into transmog. Hi. So I have the first page of mounts all collected. That was from the first 2 days. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. 4 more mounts now. Oh yeah, also I was going to do a random heroic dungeon. And that'll get a lesser bronze cash. Did you buy the little Red Riding Goat yet? I'm just kind of working cheapest up. Let me see what kind of mounts I got so far. So this is the big, if you search remix in your journal, you get the whole list of available mounts that you can get that are remix specific, and I can see which ones I've got. So I got a kite, disc, working through a bunch of cranes. I did get the little Red Riding Goat. My goodness, hang on, we got to go check that out. I also got a snowy riding goat that I ride on normally, so let's check that out first, just for a comparison. This is a normal healthy goat that ate vegetables and drank lots of goat's milk as a kid. And then for comparison, what this goat lacks in size, it makes up for in stubbornness. You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe that's a real mount. Do you think they're gonna fix the robe clipping, or do you think that that is part of the joy of the thing? Oh my gosh. Finally a goat for my goblin. I can't wait to see my gnome on it. That's gonna be so good. Alright. Let's go find something to do while we're in queue here. I suppose I could have done whatchamacallit. I could have done the teleport back, but yeah, it's okay. It's on par with the little goblin trick. I hope they don't fix it. Hi, Hazel and chat. Hi, Meg. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. This mount is a dragon riding mount. This is the Polly Roger that was part of the Plunger Storm event. It is currently the only dragon riding parrot available. Yeah, I think any race is going to look ridiculous on the little Red Riding Goat. It's going to be small on all of them. It's probably going to look sillier on some than others, though. So I'm up to 2749 now, threads-wise. So the Lagoon, the Temple of the Red Crane, or the Watch. We can go do the Watch. I'm excited for the keg. I don't think it's going to replace the backpack, the farmer backpack. I don't think anything ever will. Ever again. You're going to turn this stream back on in like 8 years just to see if I've grown up and moved on or not. And you're going to see me waddling around with a little chicken on my back. Are you talking? Yeah.
Tell me of your travels.
Have you tested to see how big it is in your gnome? I haven't. I haven't put it on anything except for smelly shellfish over here.
Patience, patience.
What should one do as a fresh 70 time runner? I would say if you want to improve your power, make sure that you either have or are working towards getting all of your gear slots filled. So there's achievements you can do for rings, trinkets, things like doing all the heroic scenarios, doing all the heroic dungeons, and having those extra gem slots is going to help your power pretty nicely. Read the quest text here. I've done this area before. I know what it's like. Why get more power? To farm things more easily. If you want to use your level 70 to do group content and farm bronze or farm even more power, then having power would help with that. But if you're more interested in getting alts leveled, then you could certainly take your take all of those infinite power achievements, go start an alt. That's absolutely valid. I think people will be doing that too. Once I can solo Mythic Siege, then I know I am powerful. I haven't decided if I'm going to try to get all that stuff at 70. I might be just getting my 12th infinite power achievement and then starting another character. Just want alts. Yeah. I guess I'll have to see. If it feels like way better to get bronze at 70 by doing dailies and stuff, then maybe I'll work on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make better friends with Shellfish as a level 70. Like I'll get him into talents I'm happy with and whatnot. But I just feel like I'm gonna feel like a bit of a wet noodle compared to the frog farmers because I didn't want a frog farm. But I am pretty happy knowing that no matter what I do, I am chipping away at the things that I want off the vendor. We already have a pile of mounts. Because all of the transmog from all the various raid sets and whatnot, I'm not saying that I won't buy it. I would like to buy as much of it as I can, but it's not the end of the world if I don't get around to it. You know, those are all things that I can farm in retail, and I could farm them potentially a lot easier than previously in the War Within once you can just kind of like learn the mog of everything that you loot. Hazel, do you think this cloak will be here forever? No, I think this cloak will be here for owie. For as long as Remix is active. I think that when time running is over and Remix is ended, your cloak is going bye-bye. Just turn off details or edit it to show you always on top. There's the move. So close to the Spectral Otter, buying all those mounts for Remix will get it for me. Nice. Do I have to buy rings and trinkets? No, you'll get them from doing achievements. them being on the vendor is just in case you lose the ones that you get from the achievements. Oh, we're almost 66. I still feel less strong than I did sub 60, but doing that gear catch up I think has helped. You cannot buy the trinket on the vendor for your ult if you have it on main. You can't, none of that stuff. If you don't have the achievement on the character that you are currently playing, you cannot buy it off the vendor. The item is locked. I've seen people try. I think that's a bummer. I think that sucks. I wish that those things were unlocked account-wide. I would be way more motivated to actually unlock them on my main if it meant that my ult could just buy them off the vendor. But unfortunately, that is not how it works. Maybe if we like wine. You know, we just go to Blizzard HQ and we go, please, pretty please. No trinkets, rings, necks available without the achievements. You would have to do the achievement to get those things. Is it worth it to level from level 1 on MOP? Oh, you start at 10, and yeah, I would say so. I think I might be misunderstanding the question. Is it worth it relative to what? How's the remix going? It's good. I'm trying to get to 70 today. It's slowing down some, but I think that's more because I'm slowing down than because of the scaling. So there's different achievements for the different rings and trinket slots as well as for neck. I think the neck is just getting to 70. If we look at the remix achievements, you've got... Yeah, amulet is for... Oh, pardon me. Amulet is for all the raids on normal. There's one ring for doing the scenarios in heroic and one ring for doing the dungeons in heroic. Beacon is for doing 3 of these achievements. That's one of the trinkets. And then there's a second trinket that is maybe for 70? I thought something was for getting 70. Don't recall. Nice to be able to skip intro zones on the main races. But if your goal in Remix is just to level alts to play in retail, you might not even need to do those things. You might get to 70 and then just start your next character.
I hope to see you again soon.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do at 70 yet. We've made it to 66 though. Faster to level in retail than Remix? Is it? Am I going this way? Tried to play Shadow Priest, haven't seen too many dots like this. Yeah, I don't know. My instinct is that Remix, specifically and particularly for your second character, once you've got your 12 infinite power achievements, I think that Remix is going to edge it out. Depending on how you play it. But that's true for retail as well. You know, like, if you're counting the fastest possible version of retail, then you would also need to account for some serious min-maxing in Remix that I think we're still getting the hang of learning how to do. Oh, I found a treasure. Ooh, that was worth some experience. We got an achievement that gave us 500 bronze for doing the hidden treasures, for finding like a treasure. I didn't even know it was in there. I just got lucky. The 92 days remaining on login really causes emotions. Yeah, this stuff definitely hurts a little bit. How are you today? Oh, I see. That was for someone else. Be funny if Blizz lets you use the cloak for Dragonflight rating / content outside of Pandaria. Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up for that. I'm definitely, I think, having more fun with this than I did with Plunderstorm. And I had some fun in Plunderstorm. I didn't completely hate it. We cranked out that renowned bar in about a week. Whoa, okay. I was gonna say maybe I should pull more, but nope. 2 should do it. Maybe I should be worried about this heroic dungeon that I'm in queue for. Oh, it was for me. Aw. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. I have my weekend coming up. I gotta decide what I want to do. I have a to-do list that I've been kind of chipping away at, which is good. I have this idea that if I get everything off of it done, then I'll never have to do anything again, and that's patently not true. But it's the way that it's kind of structured in my brain right now, and I know I need to get around that way of thinking because that's just going to set you up for disappointment. You're never going to be completely done doing things until you've reached the end of your life and you get to, feed worms. So I need to just not, you can rest, but you don't get to rest forever. You can take a nap, but you have to get up eventually. It's making marmalade on the list. I can't say that it is. Where there's fantastic, great hiking possibilities. Yeah, maybe I'll try and go back to the beach. Why is Narcissus so good? All I see is a little pyramid display of tinkers. You can right-click any of the ones that it shows you as having equipped to take them out, and then you can left-click another one to put it in. It's less fussy than pulling gems out with your spell and then going to your bag to figure out what you want and then dragging them over to the display to socket them. Doing the time walking dungeons weekend. Wrath this time, getting a level per dungeon. Nice. I'm pretty scared of this dungeon when it pops. If my scaling in the dungeon is anything like my scaling out here, I'm going to be in danger. Garrosh, the Bones of Manaroth drop from Siege on normal and higher. It says on their tooltip, unfortunately. So no bones from LFR. You have to do normal or higher Siege. Any adventures? I don't know. I braved the grocery store yesterday, so I don't need to go shopping. I have food. I'll have to try and get out and hike or something. Maybe go fishing. Maybe. That'd be nice. How are our threads doing? 2,900. Yeah, I'm getting to 70 today, even if I have to stay late. Kayaking would be nice. Oh, fancy. I don't have a kayak and I'm too shy to rent one. I consider myself to have like really accomplished something whenever I've gone somewhere that required me getting into my car and turning it on. That's a pretty big deal for me, especially if I'm doing it in the middle of the day and not at the crack of dawn or late evening when there's nobody on the road. Goodness. Going to truffle hunt with Moose. Moosey likes anything where he's outside. He got to play with a couple of his favorite puppy friends yesterday. And he met a new friend. He loves dogs so much. Got to bite the goose to the Luxton Fair today, see what's up. Oh, nice. Puppies. There's one puppy that he met. He's right around the same age. Like, he's like less than a month different in age from this puppy. And they met when they were both like 4, maybe 5 months old. And every time they see each other, they'll like stop. Like if you're trying to pass them in the street, the dogs are not moving until they get a chance to say hi. And if they get a chance to run around, they are having a ball. Moosey's trouble is that he doesn't know how to stop. So he will exhaust himself playing. Like as long as anybody wants to play with him or run around with him, he will keep going. And then when it's all over, he's like, wait, why am I so tired? How did I get this hot? Why am I so furry? Looking forward to Cata Classic. I'm one of those that actually like the underwater zone. Big Vashir fan. All right. I am in a heroic dungeon. And I'm gonna be okay. I didn't even pick up the quest yet. Okay.
What will you require?
The good news is there's no repairs in Remix. To get a gem interface in Narcissus, open up your character screen, click on the hourglass, like left click on the hourglass, and then you can check it out there. You're probably wondering how I got here. All of 3 seconds in the dungeon. So I'm not the only person that's sub 70. There's one player that appears to be level 13. The tank is 70.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Keep firing! Let none keep firing! Let none escape! Keep firing! Let none escape!
No, 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 leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm not the tank. I'm very curious if we're going to be able to finish this dungeon. It seems like just a giant pile of wonky scaling. We've got a level 13 healer, a level 70 tank. We're in heroic, and I've heard the bosses in here are kind of wonky.
Release the hounds! Release the hounds!
Yeah, the level 13 healer is doing 300k DPS by virtue of Starfire.
I bleed.
400k.
But I won't die. What? No. No, stop. Obey your master.
Yeah, I saw that they nerfed the frog farm. If you want to share a battle tag, I would do it in whispers if I were you. I don't know what the bot would do with them in chat, but it's probably better to do it privately anyways. I am terrified of getting aggro on anything. Any of this stuff is going to just one-shot me. Well, there's only 2 bosses, so we're halfway there. Whoa, careful, it's a dog. Spooky puppy. Level 13 healer carrying. Just wonky scaling. Very strange. So once the VOD hits YouTube, the chat history is gone. Chat history is not attached to the YouTube VODs in any way because I don't put it on my screen. So any Twitch chat history remains attached to the VOD for people to publicly view for 90 days, I think, as long as it's available on Twitch. And then like a mod can see chat history like pretty far back. Like we can check to see the history of everything like a given person has said in stream, and I don't know if that has like a date. but if as far as public availability, it's just as long as the stream's still up on Twitch. Hi, Hazel in chat. Hello. But yeah, I've been putting the streams up forever on YouTube, so if I do something, I mean, I guess if I do something that I don't want on YouTube forever, I just wouldn't upload that one, or I would cut out the piece, but for the most part, I just chuck them up and I don't worry about it too much. You know, I have to live with my self. Seeing Druid Healer's dominating in damage. Why is that? I'm sure there's a math reason somewhere. I think we can chalk it up to wonky scaling. I'm just happy that someone's doing that kind of damage so that we can hopefully do this dungeon. Yeah, he's just pressing Starfire really well. Yeah, they're very low level. They're level 13. 14 now. You know, congrats. That Jolt cast is so scary. It just instas people to half health. Had a level 15 monk doing insane damage. Oh, I'm level 67.
Everything must burn. None shall know. You too shall be
Alright.
shot.
Can we survive?
Dispel those.
Do I have drums here somewhere? I do, but they're on cooldown. Oh, we have the lusty buff anyway. Here, I'm gonna PI the healer.
Interrupt.
Fire.
Yeah, very weird.
Us. Gone hard.
Got a decent chunk of threads for it. And then there's some quests to turn into.
I am forsaken.
Oh, I got some blue gloves. Leech, though. Did the healer actually heal? I don't know. What level do you have to be to do a heroic as in power-wise? That's hard to quantify. Apparently 13. But I think that when the tank is a very low level like that, people sometimes die. I feel like you need some tools to survive. It's difficult. It's a treasure I looted. Sorok stone tablet. I'm sure it's not meant to be there. How was I doing out here in this quest? Did I finish it? I did. So I just need to do the lagoon and the Temple of the Red Crane for the quest line. That's nice. We're up to 67. Oh, Void Torrent. Need that. Don't know if any healers are actually healing. All the DPS gens are doing it with absorbs. Yeah, it sounds about right. So if I'm up to oh, it's still 236. I could have sworn I got XP threads out of that, but maybe that's what maybe I was at less than that before.
What is it?
That should be fine.
We will get through this. All right, lizard lips. One more chance. Where are your
Lizard lips. You tell him.
He will die in the mud, like your friend over there.
wrong?
Doing a heroic as heals at 70. Righteous Frenzy Tinkerdot was killing the tank. Oh.
It looks like we are going in blind. I'm glad you are with us. Stay close and keep your eyes peeled. Hold up! I don't like the looks of this. Look out!
Ow, that hurts.
Help me up. I took an arrow in the knee.
Sticking all the squishy bits. Yeah, it's rank 12 is the highest infinite power achievement you can get, and that's when your alt cloak will be starting as strong as possible. You get rank 12 at 4,200 threads earned.
Yes. Thank you. I'll be okay, but we better keep moving.
We're going the wrong way.
More Sarok incoming!
I guess we're doing a lap.
My knee. I'm sorry, I cannot fight like this. Hello. The camp is just ahead. We should be able to make it from here.
Hi, Hazel people. Hello. Just did the noodle scenario. Did you have fun?
Good news, I hope. Red Crane
Did it make
watched
you
over
want soup? There we go.
There's work to be done here.
Is it fun to play mop remix and leveling? I find it boring. I mean, fun's kind of subjective. If you find it boring, then I don't think it'll be fun for you. Very hungry now. Way to tell what your thread count is at. You could add up the total of all of the stats on your buff if you wanted. Or you can, if with an add-on, you can check. Narcissus is able to tell me via this interface. So I can see I've got 3265. There is a bank. It's in the shrine at Vale. Your faction hub in Vale has a bank. And it is very useful to dump your extra gems into. If you've got like tinker gems and meta gems that you know you're not going to use, you can just stick them in your bank and not have to worry about them anymore. I bet you could also stick something like, if you don't use the bees, you could probably just put 3 bottles of bees in your bank. Say that a couple times fast. And then not have to worry about having more of those drop. Okay. $99 bottles of bees, but you can only have 3. 3 bees, no more bees. We have these trees in Victoria that are blooming, like they're covered in flowers, not like cherry blossom trees, but flowering trees, and they're pretty big. And some of them are blooming in a way that like the pollinators really like, to the extent that you'll be walking down a sidewalk and you'll hear something kind of ominous sounding, and you'll pause and you'll realize that you're standing underneath a tree where the entire thing is buzzing. Like the whole tree feels like it's vibrating. You're like looking around for like a lawnmower or a weed whacker, or just like, I don't know, a low flying plane. And then you realize, nope, this entire tree is filled with bees, and they're just having their best bee day. What kind of trees are they? That's a great question. I do not know. I've never ever been stung from that. I don't think I've had a bee sting in a couple of years. Although the last one that I had was really bad, so I'm kind of scared of them now. Got stung on my tongue when I was 5. Oh no. That is not the fun way to get a tongue piercing. The scariest dogs are guard dogs that shoot bees out of their mouths. That must be a reference to something. Either that or someone needs to reboot you. Oh. Guess who's scared of bees ever since? I would be too. I would be. I had a bee get trapped underneath my shirt when I was at a grandparent's house when I was a kid, and it stung me 3 times before it got out. I guess it must have been a wasp. And that was kind of upsetting. But, you know, forgive and forget. I'm much bigger than bees. And I tell that to myself every time I'm, like, frightened of them, is that I go, you're, like, this big. And I'm, like, this big. What now? But they are many. They're not usually many when I'm in conflict with them or in close quarters with them. I suppose a swarm of bees would be a different story. Looney RPG, thank you for the 7-month resub. Didn't care about bee stings before, but I got stung by a wasp like 6 months ago and it was horrible, so now I'm afraid. I like bumblebees. They're like hamsters with wings. I like watching the big fluffy ones on flowers. In a perfect world, through a window. But they don't usually bother you. Now, wasps on food, if you're trying to eat outside, That's no fun. I'm not a big fan of eating on outdoor decks at restaurants because I feel like there's always, anytime the weather is warm enough for it to be worth sitting outside, there's always wasps. And they know there's food there because it's a restaurant. It's not like that's the first time anybody's ever taken a salad on a plate. You want to come back up? And that's no fun. Scuba Steve, thank you for the 39-month resub. Yeah, I don't mess with 3 to 4 inch hornets, my goodness. Hi. Are you grunty? Sometimes she gets little grunty old lady snores and they're very cute when she's sleeping. You'll be like, who's snoring? And then you realize it's the cat. I wonder when I'm gonna feel like I'm in sight of my goal here. I think the dungeon was quite good experience, probably because I was being carried by a level 13 druid spamming Starfire. If it went much slower, it probably wouldn't have been as good. Bellingham has those giant murder hornets, which could move up into Canada. Oh dear. Well, you know, if they get me, they get me. What are you gonna do? At least bees are not sneaky. I work at a bakery used to wasps. The mistake that people do with wasps is they panic when the wasps are minding their own business. Just ignore them. When they land on you, it's just a surface. They'll fly off. They won't eat you. Just chill. Yeah. I know you're right. It's just hard. My compromise typically when wasps are checking me out outdoors is to I try not to freak out and like slap them because that's usually doesn't go well for anybody, but I try and just like leave, like I'll fast walk out of there. I wouldn't say that I like run away down the street from wasps, but that's not far from what I do. I used to call big wasps battle cruisers. I used to find they would be more interested in me when I was outdoors if I was wearing like really bright colors. Maybe if you look pollinatable. Are you stopping in 13 minutes or when you get to 70? And will you play off stream during your weekend? I am stopping probably when I get to 70, which I imagine is going to take me longer than 13 minutes. I'm going to go a little late today. I don't know if I'm going to play over my weekend. I might make a new character to play around with, especially if I can get the achievement, but I also might want to turn off the computer and just like go outside, you know, wrap up in some long clothing against the sun and go touch some grass. Blasphemy. Go outside with the hornets. I enjoy the indoors. I would say I've cultivated a good relationship with the indoors, but if I stay inside for too long, I start to go a little bit loopy. Went outside yesterday. It was nice. Introducing our yearling kittens to outdoors, and they are hilarious. Oh. I bet they're so cute.
Speak quickly. Our time is short.
Dax found an ant.
Can you believe the
Was he
magic?
hunting it?
Will you
Lucy's been poking them with his nose. You can tell when there's an ant you need to get because he'll he'll just lay in front of it and he'll go.
Certainly.
All right, I need to sort out my bags a little bit.
There should be plenty of antivenom, thanks to this adventurer.
What is it? Speak quickly. Thank you. Both of you.
Or
The
maybe
Red
like,
Crane has always
you know what?
symbolized hope to our people. But in his absence, I fear that even
We'll
my
do cheap
hopes
upgrades
began to darken.
to upgrade the gear that I'm wearing up to the level of the stuff that I've gotten from quests. And then I'll scrap my stuff and then I can use the thing to get back. That's what I'll do. Also, I have this LFM quest to turn in. He patted it with his paw and he
What do you
snuffled at
want?
it. Aww. Okay.
What do you want?
So, cheap, not cheap.
Trust yourself.
Yeah, you can tell pretty clearly when the price jumps past where you've collected gear. Honestly, I know that I'm spending bronze doing this, but I feel like it's worth it purely so I don't have to mess with moving my gems around. Plus, I think without the extra stats from doing this, it's going to be really miserable getting to 70. Oh, I just haven't found any leg upgrades. Okay.
Seek the truth.
Don't you get a button that sends you back? I thought you got a button that sent you back to where you came from. Oh well. Does the item level of the gear scale with level or with the cloak? Level. Like you'll get higher item level gear if you are a higher level. And then at max level, it'll be based on the level of content that you're doing. So you'd get better gear from doing like heroics than normals. Yeah, rings and trinkets and your neck piece are all from achievements. You don't get them naturally. I'm pretty sure I just got back more bronze than I spent. Or pretty close, anyway. I also have yet to scrap any gems that I don't need. I'm sure at some point I could. Oh yeah, I was going to put the bees in the bank. That's right. Because the bank should be not far. I just need 2 more levels. That should be the last time I need to stop to upgrade my gear.
Greetings.
So I want to dump the meteor chips and the bees. And honestly, the Drake treats. I know they seem good, but I can't be bothered. Dump those in. Same thing with the yak fur. And then any tinker gems that I don't think I'm really going to use. Certainly melee ones. There's a couple of healing gems, but I think people are mainly healing in DPS gems.
Farewell.
Yeah, you can buy more bags for your bank. At the bank, there's an NPC right nearby. Storage enthusiast here off to the side. 10 bronze per satchel for your bank. Super, super cheap. Bulwark. Good, we'll need that. Yeah, nice big bags. Plus, presumably we keep those when the character becomes like a regular character. They'll just have 36 slot bags. Real cheap for their bank. With, no problem. I betcha I could actually put on a bunch of these, I bet my prismatic gems are kind of, are they purple? Crit, haste, mastery, purple, good. I've got blue gems here. Let's take those out. And let's put purple. Yeah, get a leech stam gem in there. But you get more prismatic gem slots when you get those extra pieces. Okay, that should help. So epic items do exist. Got an epic chest from Shaw of Anger with secondary stat, mastery, and avoidance. JG Britt, thank you very much for the 30-month resub. Hope you've been doing well. Happy 30 months, Hazel. Aw, shucks. Glad to see ya. Set my Hearthstone to whatever innkeeper's closest to Shrine. I probably ought to just set my Hearthstone to Shrine. Like, there is an inn there. I've just been using these Nospin vouchers instead. It's funny that it says returns you to the nearest to a nearby infinite bazaar, but if you're in the Crossfire Wilds, instead of taking you up to Half Hill, it takes you all the way down. My hunter's really maxing out the avoidance gear. You're gonna be a survivor. Okay, I only need 2 more of these little guys and I can get Chen's keg, and I bet you that's gonna help me get to 70. It must be enough quests. Off to Niece's first birthday party. Enjoy the panda vibes, everyone. Have a happy birthday party. Maybe the shrine is closest to your heart. I don't know. It was a beautiful little faction hub, but I was always eternally confused because of the way that Alliance and Horde had basically the same hub, but mirrored. That, to this day, messes me up. I've never been any good with remembering which way I'm going. Where is my drop pet? Have you watched 4 hours? You can check your progress if you click your profile icon on the top right hand side of your Twitch screen and go to drops inventory. You should be able to see how close you are. And also claim it if you haven't done so yet. This is my kitty. Get your own kitty. Made stir fry. Decided to put crispy onions on it. Is that weird? No. Not at all. Do you make crispy onions, or is this like a product that you buy pre-crisped? You just like shake it onto like a salad or a poke bowl or a stir fry. Ran into that problem exactly yesterday. The cards were really annoyed with me. I'm forever getting kicked out of the wrong inn area in Legion Dalaran. Or I suppose regular Dalaran. I never remember what faction I am. Ain't that proactive, but I'll take the compliment. Careful listening to Ear Chief. Sometimes people in chat send messages for entertainment purposes. What I'm trying to say is trust no one. I do feel stronger now with my gear item level bumped up a bit. Sometimes we have trolls. Sometimes we are trolls. They put out a fix. LFR now gives XP boosts. Oh. That actually kind of helps me out substantially. I think I'm much more likely. Is it the same? I guess what I should do is I should open up Wowhead and check for myself here. That one looks big and scary. Wowhead, hello? What are we saying here? Mop Remix Hotfix. LFR now awards permanent experience boost. 7% per raid wing, so not quite as strong as like the 12% per boss you're getting at a normal. Not bad if you didn't really want to get into like a pug. Yeah, here's the Wowhead article for anybody wanting to take a look. Props to Blizzard on a Sunday patch. I suppose it is Sunday. Not back to PTR good? Yeah. I didn't really want to live in a world where LFR was like the only way to get to 70 relative to other stuff. But it's nice that it's now. Hopefully that makes people actually do it, because people were sitting in really long queues. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't stand on that. I also ought to have used my cooldown, but wouldn't. Maybe they'll make me fight a big boss soon, and then I can save it for that.
We're far from home, friend. Be careful.
Yeah, pretty good amount of experience for just doing quests in general. Hopeless Crane Wing Defenders. I'm sure this is another thing that I'm just like not seeing properly. There you go. What can I do? Inspired. What do you want?
Welcome.
Slash cheer. Clearly I've done something. Oh, kill Sean near them. Okay. Score 1 for reading quest text. Listen, I think inspiration needs to come from within. So close. 1.5 levels. We can do it. My inspiration comes from peanut butter. 12 haste. Sorry, I'm eating peanut butter. Never apologize for that. Peanut butter toast is my favorite lazy breakfast because you can make it in about 5 minutes, or as long as it takes your toast to toast, and for you to pry apart the frozen bread with a butter knife and try not to lose any fingers. You know, it'll get you most of the way through a morning. What's not to like? Lived off PB in grad school. My partner and I were doing connections recently, and some amount of days ago, one of the topics that you were matching words on turned out apparently to be cocktail names. And we were pretty lost because I knew it was like cities that were also, or place names that were part of cocktail names. So there was like a...
Tell me of your travels.
Oh, I forget. But one of them was Bahamas. or Bahama, because the cocktail was apparently a Bahama Mama. And I liked saying that so much that we looked up what was in them to see if it would be any fun to make like a virgin version just for fun. And then we got some coconut and pineapple juice, and we're gonna give that a go at some point. Although I don't really have any fancy. I feel like half the joy of a mocktail is to put it into a cup that makes you feel like you're drinking. Manhattan, Black Russian. Yeah, I completely forget the other cocktails that were part of the puzzle. There was definitely a drink that I had never heard of in my earthly life before. Which is, you know, a few of them, but... But it's hard to go wrong with the tropical flavors, you know? You get some coconut, you get some pineapple, you're having a good time. Connections. It's a New York Times word game that they put out every day. Long Island iced teas are fun because sometimes people don't realize they're not actually tea. Is there any tea in them at all? Hey, Flick, thank you for the 41-month resub. I've seen quite a few, like, sitcom episodes. I feel like more than one where somebody had a bunch of them assuming they were tea and then they turned out not to be tea. I feel like that's been a plot line on more than just one show. And, no, it's all alcohol? There's no tea? Okay, I'm officially offended. I'm a hater. Because I'm sure you could, like, spike a tea somehow and call it a cocktail. There's no room for tea. You know, people put booze in coffee. It's only called tea because of the color. I suppose you also call compost tea tea, and you don't really want to drink that either.
Have you ever seen such a place?
Worm tea. Brandy and tea is good. Anyone know if there's a way to use Glyph of Stars in Remix? Yes, there's a vendor in the bazaar. I forget which, so you might need to kind of look around a bit, but there's a vendor in the bazaar that sells the Glyph of Stars. I was mad because I wanted to buy the Glyph of Shadow, and they didn't have that one. They only had the Glyph of Stars, but they do have it. It costs like 10 bronze.
There's more to this land than meets the eye.
You want me to go downstairs? Would you ever roast your own coffee? It sounds like the kind of like fussy, crafty food generation thing that I would maybe try once and then wake up and then go, how did I get all this equipment? But I think if I'm smart, then no. leave it to the experts. Sorry, but no Glyph of Shadow. I've made my peace with being a purple cloud. I make fun of my coffee a little bit, but roast? I'll be honest, the internet talked me into like getting a burr grinder and grinding my own coffee because they told me it was going to be so much better. And I'm sure they're right, but what, you know, the general coffee people of like Reddit and whatever fail to take into account is that I am uncultured swine. And I have the palate of like a 12-year-old who wants to appear cool, but in fact actually just likes to eat grilled cheese. I'll try lots of stuff, but I don't, you know, you buy a bag of pre-ground coffee, you keep it sealed pretty tight, and you eat it. You eat it? You brew it while it's vaguely fresh, and you're doing just fine. Works for me. I'd say please don't eat your coffee, but I'm not your mom. Do whatever you want. Springs Eternal. Where is Stoneplow? Oh, it's up there. I'm gonna leave that one alone for now. Coffee or tea? I do both. Not at the same time, but I do coffee in the morning and then tea later on in the day. Strike me as a grilled cheese and veggies tendies. What? We use gasp. Instant coffee with only a little shame. Listen, whatever works for you. The only place I draw the line at is microwaving water to make tea. And it's not because it makes it bad, although I bet you if you left the tea bag in the microwave, then you'd be doing some damage. But just because it's like, I don't know. I'm team electric kettle. But even then, you know, what people do in the privacy of their own homes, they're not hurting anybody. You know, put ketchup wherever you want.
Tell me of your travels.
Welcome.
Do you have something against microwaves, perchance? Microwaving water to boil it used to get me in trouble. Because if you do it too long, you can superheat water, and it will then become... It'll like explode, basically. That's gonna be pretty dangerous, and I've done that before as like a kid. But yeah, electric kettles just heat water up like so fast. If I had to stick with just one food prep appliance, and I was gonna be very basic, I would probably do an electric kettle, because that would get me oats, it would get me noodles, and it would get me tea. And I bet you pour over coffee if you're not too fussy. Electric kettle can superheat water too. I'm sure it can, but you would have to, like, I feel like, go out of your way to do it. Hot chocolate with milk sounds yummy. Can't live without a rice cooker. I love me a food appliance. I have a bunch of them. It's my great weakness, because I hate that I have so many of them, because all I want in my life is a clean kitchen with nothing on my counters, except that I love food appliances. So I compromise by storing as many of them under, like, in cabinets and on shelves and stuff as I can, especially if they're light enough to move. But I have and use quite frequently an Instant Pot. I've got a nice rice cooker that I'm a big fan of. I've got my bread machine. Love that. I used that just yesterday to make pizza dough. Sometimes I'll do double appliance duty. It'll be like 1 in the afternoon. I'll get a batch of chili working in the Instant Pot, and I'll get a loaf of bread working in the bread machine, and then I just, like, go about my day, and later on there's, like, fresh chili and bread ready. And I hadn't done anything in hours. It's great. Yeah, I had an air fryer phase, but I ultimately decided that they're not for me. Let's make look buff. Yeah. I got 3469 threads. Yeah, I guess I have a toaster. I use the toaster all the time. My biggest problem with the toaster is that you get a lot of crumbs everywhere. Cool to have one that just popped up as needed, stowed away with some mechanical systems. Don't read what I wrote, it's too confusing. I feel like I understand the fantasy. Crumbs are the worst. Mine's making my rice crunchy. That, or I don't know how to portion water to rice ratio as well. I am in love with mine because it, A, does a wonderful job. B, the scheduling feature works really great on it, so I can kind of like set it up earlier in the day if I know I'm going to have rice for dinner, and then not have to worry about remembering to start it on time, because I'm terrible at remembering, but I'll set it up in advance. Thirdly, it does wonderful at making oats, and that's another thing that I can schedule, so I can just chuck some oats and water and frozen fruit in it the night before, schedule it, and then it'll cook those properly for me in the morning so that they're like hot and ready to go right at 8 or whenever you want to have them. Big fan. Magic. See, you're nearly 70. 68 and 78%. I'm going over overtime a little bit today. I was supposed to stop 15 minutes ago, but I'm streaming late because I want to get to 70. I can't leave it until next week. I just can't. But I'm more of a bread person than a rice person. Also, you can tell that it's approaching lunchtime because my food topics. I can't stop talking about food. I like rice well enough. I particularly like it seasoned with rice vinegar in like sort of a sushi or a sushi bowl situation. Or like, you know, basmati rice smothered in curry. I can get on board with that. But bread is like spiritually important to me. The only way I have a chance in heck of getting the rice ratios to water right is that they're marked on my rice cooker. Like it'll have a line for rice and it's like 1 cup here, 2 cups here. So if I want to make a cup of rice, I dump in a cup of rice and I fill it to the 1 line. It works a real treat. My mom raised me to use the finger knuckle technique as well, but I feel like it would, I don't know. It's just, what if my hands are big that day, you know? Where planks? Your character's a little shellfish. Why don't you change the subject? I'm great at small talk. Check this out. When was the last time you cried? What was it that I googled the other day? It was yesterday or the day before, and I was looking for conversation topics to get stream off of, I don't know, probably death. And it asked, and the thing it came up with was, what is your greatest fear? Ever used the shelf rice packs for the microwave? Shelf rice pack? No. But I don't have a microwave. I haven't had one in years. I bet it would work all right, though. I feel like rice is one of the things that would actually do okay in the microwave because of the way that it handles moisture. No good for making anything crispy, but if you're trying to steam something or hydrate it, not too bad.
Oh, hello. I hope to see you again.
Did I do it? Level 69. Nice. Obligatory, nice. Alright. Cook quinoa in the microwave. I used to buy, back when I did have one, I used to buy these little quinoa, like, no, they weren't quinoa, they were couscous. And they had like a little flavor packet. It was like a little instant couscous box. I would fix those. You could do them on the stovetop too, but I think you could do them in the microwave. Also, I just got an epic. Am I rich? Like, what's happened? I just got an epic. It had two slots on it. Also, don't mind me drowning. Actually, I'm not drowning, am I? I'm not. I have a buff. Excellent. I feel like your greatest fear might just be to explode something in a microwave. Callback. I feel like I'm better served to think about what's the opposite of a fear? Just something that you really want. What's your greatest dream? Your biggest plan? Your dearest ambition, you know? See if I can focus on that instead. Except, other than like... What if my greatest fear in life is having to talk to an insurance agent? And they ask me for a piece of information and I don't have it. What is your opinion on peanut butter and pickle sandwiches? Is that a real thing or are you pranking me? I mean, I suppose people put all kinds of different food together. Peanut butter and pickles? I've only just started putting pickles in my veggie burgers. It took me like 30 years to get to that point. It is a real thing that is on the New York Times right now. I mean, you've got like some acidity from the pickle. You've got a little crunchiness from the pickle. You've got some like sweetness and saltiness from the peanut butter. Yeah. I'm not gonna try it, but I'm boring, you know. Live your life. As an insurance agent, I take offense. We are lovable. You know what? I'm gonna remember that if it ever happens to me. My life is not over. Some of them, it might be nice to speak with.
Welcome.
Oh, hang on. I think I am a little bit misled here. I'm trying to finish my campaign, and I think I'm barking up the wrong tree with these quests. But I mean, it's a lagoon. I'm doing lagoon-related quests. Which bread maker do you have? I think it's a Cuisinart one, but I've come to the conclusion that they're all basically the same. They've got a heating element, they've got a timer, they've got a motor that spins a thing around. It's not that complicated. I used to have a cheap Amazon Basics one that got recalled, and that still made bread just fine. If I had a bajillion dollars, I'd probably get a Zojirushi one, but that's just because that's my rice maker brand, and I'm in love with my rice maker. Wowhead posted an article, bronze buffed by 25%? Let me see. Bronze cash is buffed. 25% more bronze. Bronze cash is from completing achievements and daily quests. Ha ha ha. That's pretty nice. That's more like it. Cuisinart only for French bread. The frogs are gone. I have nothing to do anymore. It's over. The frogs are all we were here for. If there's no frogs, what is there? Ribbit. What is this? It's like a big pile of fish. Frog farmers are planning to start marching in the street demanding subsidies for the glut of frogs. Yeah, they nerfed the frog farm today. I know it was like hours ago, but it feels like forever. It feels like it's been weeks. Remix has only been out for 3 days. Frog farmers are hopping that. There you go. I don't even know what I'm looking for from those dirt piles. I'm just looting them because they look important. I guess hose and treasure? Hi Hazel, what are you up to tonight? Hi Obsessed Knitter. I am trying to get to 70 on Remix on my first character. I am 69, so I'm getting close. We did a little raid. I did a Heart of Fear clear. I did a heroic dungeon where I died at record pace once inside. I think I've never in my life died that soon after zoning in. Love the plushies. Oh, thanks. I redid my my stream room recently to have them a bit closer so that they were more visible. We could show them off a little bit. We have pickled beets here. Pickled beets are good. They are one of my favorite ways to eat beets. What is harder to get is red cabbage pickle. Mm. It's so unusual to look at you from the left side. You were always on the right. True. I'm trying to not get hung up on whether or not I have a side. And just accept that I'm going to be roughly the same amount of a person on left or right. I assume I'm going into a cave of some description. Let me see. Get an underwater mount going. Mom used to make dilly beans, pickled green beans. Oh. Victoria has no Bears Beats and Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, you're always going to have the camera off to one side unless you have it up above, because you can't have your camera in front of the monitor. And I wanted to, for ergonomics sake, have at least my main monitor positioned pretty directly in front of me. I thought about putting the camera like up and then down, but that's an angle I don't think I need to be worrying about. Live, love, massacre frogs. Congrats in advance on 70. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely weekend. Don't like the way the parent mount flaps. He coasts around with both wings pointing straight down. Have you seen the way he spins when you whirling surge? He looks like he's trying to generate extra fluids to drop on people. Ready? Meow. Like you spin. Very much around. I feel like I have some vague memory of doing this quest for Lore Master and the Hosen treasure being from a specific dirt pile. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, then I'm mad that I haven't looked it up until now. I guess I have a WoW tab right here. Let's see. The item you need is called a confusing treasure map. It drops off of an Unga treasure hider first kill. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, so there is a trick. Here's the treasure hider. This makes too much sense. I'm mad. But there is no confusing treasure map because they don't drop normal stuff. Let me look newest first. The sand pile that contains the items you need glows. Keep checking them. Weird. I mean, I guess I can just keep looting them. Oh! Sure, yeah, that'll work. Works for me. I also definitely want to finish this zone meta. Oh, did we do it? We just did it! Nice! I was gonna say I want to finish the zone meta and get Chen's keg. But I definitely want to, and a greater bronze cache. 1250 bronze! Nice! That was the last thing I needed. So that's what the keg looks like. Again, on a fairly hunched back, but... That looks pretty nice. It's got a little spigot on it. I mean, it's no half-elf farmer's backpack, but nothing is. Alright, so that was exciting, but I'm only halfway through 69, so that means that if I want to get to 70, I may need to do something else. Exploration achievements. Oh, you get minor caches just for exploring the zone. It's not a bad way to get bronze. Could finish the story now in Vale. Heard the cloak bonuses carry through to others. Is that true? Sort of, but not exactly. As you get threads in your cloak, you're going to earn these achievements that are infinite power. They're numbered, and the more of those you have, the better your alt's cloak will be when they start with it. But they start with a template. It's just that there's different levels of template. The maximum one comes from Infinite Power 12, which is for gathering 4,200 threads for the cloak, I believe. And that starts your ult with 100% experience gain, a chunk of stamina, a chunk of main stat, a chunk of versatility. It's pretty good, but it's not going to be the same stats that your main got. Character names in Remix are the same that it would be available in regular Dragonflight. They have released names in Dragonflight like a while ago. Maybe they did a more modern release as well. They have released some names. Yeah, I killed some normal bosses. I did normal Heart of Fear and normal Mogushan vaults.
Tell me of your travels.
What is it?
I think I'm best off just kind of doing a little quest hub here. We're delivering beer. Of course we are. It's not the middle of a battle or anything. Ow! That does hurt. I just need to remember that I have healing pots as well that we can use. I think 60 to 70 has been slow, but not as slow as it would be for me on retail, especially without like a time walking event to kind of abuse. Or like a time walking event plus XP buff. The last time I really leveled alts on retail was a time walking crossover with like the, I don't know, a Winds of something or another buff. Sanctuary or Wisdom or Hearthstone. Winds of come back and level alts, please. But without all that stuff, there's no way that I would have been 60 to 70 in like one stream's worth of play. Not a chance. I think questing mixed with raids is the fastest way to level. You want to get the experience buff to your cloak that doing normal raids gives you. But then, once you have that XP buff, questing seems to be pretty good. You can start raid as low as level 25.
In the middle of a battlefield? Maybe Pandaria will make a good home after all.
Yeah, I saw that they buffed LFR. 7% per wing, not per boss. Ow! I think maybe I stood in something. I'm planning on getting the achievements that give cosmetics. So I've been working on the zone metas. I have 3 of them now. I don't know if I'm going to go in and fill in the rest of the achievements. I might for bronze. Are you playing Kata tomorrow? No, I don't think so. I need to go back and get my Chen back, I think. If I can find where I left him. Oh no, I guess I still have beer. So this thing really hurt, but I think it was partly because I had a big stack of other mobs on me. I just really can't fight more than like 2 things at a time. Okay. Wing commanders. Ideally away from their friends. I think this will be good though. We only have a little bit more. And turning in quest seems to give like a huge chunk. For a moment I misread this and I thought they were Ichthyc investors, like they've come to check it out to see if it's worth developing this land for, you know, real estate profits. This is where you see Cloak Threads and Narcissus. You open up your character screen and you mouse over the hourglass there.
Pandaria conceals a great darkness.
Yeah, one more bar. So this quest should do it. If I can survive. Pardon me. We're nearly 70. This is no time for sneezing. Hang on. I can't believe something triggered my angelic bulwark. What is hitting me so hard? Maybe my second character will be more durable, just because of the cloak that they start with, combined with all of the threads that they pick up along the way. All the cooldowns. We did it! Level 70. Smelly shellfish, time runner shellfish. Except that I cannot take off the smelly title because it's too good. Ah, yeah. So how many threads? 3,700. Okay, so you don't just like automatically get that many. You would have to do stuff at 70 to get the rest of your threads. So I'm gonna have to play a little more before I start my next character, but smelling through time. His slash played is 16 hours, 16 minutes, and 54 seconds. We definitely did not speed run that. But that's not so bad. I think that on retail it was somewhere in the range of 24 hours to get an alt, like, from start to finish. I thought of Shellfish earlier today when I saw someone named Smelly Sneakers. You gonna leave? Oh yeah. It's lunchtime. It's past lunchtime. Dragon riding is not on every mount just yet, but it will be soon. This one is a dragon riding mount. This is the Polly Roger from Thunderstorm. Now you have a trinket to equip. Did it just hit my bags, or do I have to do anything? Oh, 3 more prismatic sockets, just like that. Let's see here. Final count was 3,745 threads. 3,745 threads by the time I hit 70 in 16 hours. It got me to 236% XP gain, 2,008 stam, 186 leech, 203 haste. Oh yeah, the toys. That's right. I must have gotten some... Oh no, that's for getting the cloak finished. I'm gonna have to get the cloak finished to get my toys. That's right. Well, that's alright. Let's actually take him back to Shrine. And then I can figure out my next moves from there. So I'm using an add-on to get this interface. The Narcissus add-on. I will type that in chat. Narcissus is the add-on that's giving me this interface, as well as being able to check my cloak threads. It's good. All right. I did not do any frog farming, none at all. And it got nerfed anyway, so now I don't have to. Thank you all very much for joining me for my remix streams this week. I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for all of the support. It's been crazy. I'll be back on Wednesday. Monday, Tuesdays are my days off, so I'm going to go take a Hazel weekend, but I'll be back on Wednesday. Maybe I'll start a fresh character with the cloak. Hopefully I'll get the Infinite Power 12 before then. That might be kind of fun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.